4th Street live.
About being in the war, you know, and it was like one thing to talk about it with me, and then a lot of people were like calling him and talking to him about it, and I think it just
you
like,
didn't want
brought
to hear
back,
about it anymore.
I think you wanted to stop talking about it. I
Yeah.
think you wanted to put it out there,
Yeah.
leave it like that.
Yeah.
And that wasn't.
That's like going to a meeting. Don't fucking come up to me afterwards. I've had to learn that too. Don't come up to me, or if I've shared online, don't text me. I just want to be able to get the shit out and not have to talk about it.
For sure. I think it depends on what it is. Like if you're talking about like some of your traumatics, like your 4-step stuff, no, I only want to talk to.
My therapist is for.
For sure. I only want to talk about that with one person.
Leave me alone.
Yeah. It's like there's only things that I've shared in my life with my sponsor.
I mean, if someone brings it up, that's one thing. But like if you heard me talk about something and you want to come to me about it later, it's different.
That is how it is. And I think that, especially because you're talking about the war.
Why'd you ask what year I was born?
Oh, do you remember the show Parental Control? Do you remember the show Parental Control, John? Yeah. Bro, I just was watching some reruns today.
Oh, the kids are hella bad?
No.
Is it the kids are being hella bad?
No, Parental Control was a dating show on MTV. And what would happen is like, it'd be like son and like a really fucking shitty girlfriend. And the parents of the son would set their son up with another girl.
I remember that.
And then they'd have to all sit down on the couch and watch their son go out on a date. You know what I mean?
That's when TV was good.
It was so good. And I was like watching this and it was like the son would go out on a date and then they'd all sit down, kind of like cucks, dude. And they just kind of like watch watch their son make out with this other girl, and then he'd always come back and still be with the
shitty girlfriend.
With the shitty
This is like you have a shitty girlfriend intervention.
I was like, man, I would have loved this. Like a hall pass.
That was when like your mama was on MTV.
Yeah, pull this up. And so it was like, yeah, and so they would pull up MTV.
Of course, it was MTV.
And so they'd sit there and they'd watch. And then the thought like girlfriend on the couch with the parents would be like, well, she is not going to do the shit that I do with him. You know?
That is not his parents.
Yeah. This is all.
Look at his mom. Look at that mullet.
It's all scripted.
Look at that red mullet.
God, Parental Control. This is prime American television.
What was this in the 90s?
It was early 2000s. Like the episode I watched today was 2001.
Stop touching my daughter. I put my daughter on a dating show, and now I don't want you to touch her. Remember these glasses?
Oh yeah, bro. I was in high school. Huh? Yeah. Or no, early 2000s. I would have been in elementary school still. Yeah. So like the last episode came out in 2004. I was just watching this, bro, and I was just like, they got nothing like this anymore. This is such. And then what was the other one? Next. Or whatever. When Next, they go on the bus?
Next was the most brutal.
I remember Next.
That was the most brutal shit. You'd walk off a bus and some guy's like, nah.
It's fucked up.
That was like the balloon pop, right?
Yeah,
That's like balloon pop videos now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of these videos were hard to watch, bro.
Yeah, and they just set these kids up with the total opposite of what they want their parents to like see for their kids.
Yeah, that was the one I watched right there, the one your curse is on. And it was yeah.
There's got to be white people.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were most of the parents white?
No, there was look at that one right there. Yeah.
There you go. It's so funny.
Here's the problem is that girl right there is my type right there. The really mean one.
Is there a restroom?
Yeah. John, do you have the key, brother?
Yeah.
Let me turn the part of the area where you in.
Contra Costa County. That's where I got clean.
Dope.
Cold ass Concord. That's where I got clean. That's what I called it.
I always thought Concord was like a really nice area. Somebody told me it's not that nice.
Concord's dope. It's growing.
Concord is a nice area.
Yeah, Walnut. It doesn't compare to Walnut Creek.
It's like it's Walnut Creek area, right?
But yeah.
I was in Richmond and Sonoma this week.
Sonoma's dope.
Sonoma's so cool.
Point Isabel and Richmond's dope.
Yeah, and then like what's the bay? The other ocean town, not San Francisco, but just north of it. Bodega Bay.
I really like Dillon.
Dylan.
Have you ever had oysters at Hog Island Oyster Farm?
That's why that sucks.
You don't like oysters?
I don't like any fish.
What? Shellfish,
I don't.
No? Crab, lobster? Nothing?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. I love fishing.
What do you like?
Steak.
Grilled cheese?
Steak. Yeah, grilled cheese.
With American crab singles.
Yeah. No, I'm just not a fish guy.
He likes ketchup on his macaroni and cheese.
Oh, well, that's good, though.
That's it. Yeah. No, I have a pretty nice palate, but like it just not a fan of fish. I love fishing. I'm a fisherman. Just never got into the fish. It's like I'm a desert kid, right? You know what I mean? We just don't. All we have is trout here, you know? So it's like.
Freshwater?
Yeah, it's like freshwater trout and stuff.
Trout's
yeah.
good.
So, you know.
Trout's good.
But it was, it's always rough going to the places like that because everyone around me is like, wants to go to Fisherman's Wharf and do all that. And,
yeah.
You know, it's like,
normal.
I'll have the chicken tenders.
You don't like
you know what I
chicken
mean?
tenders? That was me when I was 5.
Yeah.
So you don't like clam chowder?
Nope.
Sourdough bowl?
Nope. That does it sounds so good, right? On paper, right?
Seagulls come for you when you buy those.
Yeah. But
they get aggressive.
But you know what? Like I like what's it? You know, spicy tuna rolls. I guess you know. That's pretty basic. I like the sushi at Men's. Like that's probably my favorite. The sushi at Men's is probably
surprisingly good.
I think all their food.
I was shocked. I was like, hell no! I'm from I was born in San Francisco, raised in the Bay.
Okay.
Right, raised in Benicia. Why the fuck would I even try or consider trying sushi in the desert? But then someone explained that there's a fresh shipment of fish delivered daily for Atlantis.
From the Bay Area. Yeah. So he literally drives that pass. I see him all the time.
Supply.
He drives the pass every day, like from 4 in the morning.
Guy?
One guy in a fish truck with Chinese letters on the side, and he drives from San Francisco every day.
And that's where Reno's fish comes from.
It is. I see him every day.
Atlantis' fish.
I don't know about everybody, but I know Atlantis' fish is very fresh. And I know that I know some of them, they get their stuff the very next day.
The sushi out here is fire.
It is good, right?
I've never had
We're not crazy far.
We're not far.
What a lot of people don't understand is Reno is further west than Los Angeles. Did you know that? Like we're not far. I know has nothing to do with the ocean, but we are further west.
Further west?
It is.
Oh, than Los Angeles.
It is.
No.
Yeah.
What?
John, pull it up.
He's pulling it up. I love this.
Okay, so there's Reno, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. If you draw a line down.
Well, would you look at that?
Yeah. Look how far inland Los Angeles is.
Well, yeah, but it's at a slant, so you'd have to.
No. I mean, geographically, technically.
Yeah, but look at that doesn't count because
it counts.
California's it counts. California's not in a straight line; it goes at an angle. So you'd have to measure the distance between the bay or the water to Reno and then the water to Los Angeles.
No, I'm talking about based on the equator, right? And based on not the equator, but what are the lines that go?
It's longitude and latitude.
Longitude, latitude, but no. But there's a.
Well, yes, geographically, Reno is further west than Los Angeles.
It is, yeah.
Los Angeles is right on the water.
But it's on the water. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying. It's that
For
nobody
some reason,
knows.
My brain was saying that
it's
Reno
definitely
was
on the water.
Than Los
it's
Angeles.
Not. No, I'm just saying it's further
just
west.
Just a fun fact.
It's just a fun fact.
Just fun fact.
Here's another map fun fact.
Okay, let me see.
Do you guys know what the farthest western state is in the United States?
Yes.
Go.
Well, it's Alaska.
Right. Do you know what the farthest northern state in the country is?
Alaska.
Okay. Do you know the farthest eastern state in the country?
Maryland.
Eastern?
Eastern. The farthest eastern state.
The one at the top right. Or the bottom right. Is it Florida or Maryland?
Is it not Maine?
No.
Or Maine?
So then it's Alaska.
It's
Rhode
Alaska.
Island?
It's Alaska.
Because the Bering Strait, right? Am I get it right?
Kinda. So the Aleutian Islands.
Are you seeing this? Imagine your business featured right here on 4th Street Live. With millions of impressions and a fast-growing audience, this isn't just exposure, it's momentum. Want this spot? Text 775-470-9451.
Yep.
Right here, come down. The eastern line of the world, which would be latitude and longitude.
Okay.
Alaska crosses.
Oh, yeah, look at that. That's the Bering. Yeah, that's the Bering Strait. It's almost to Russia.
Bering Strait's right there.
Oh, yep.
Let me cruise my little ball around.
So it's already further than Hawaii.
So technically speaking, so here's Hawaii, but the Aleutian Islands come out to here.
There you go.
And this is apparently America. So, but this would.
So it's important that when you ask this question though, that you say in the
United States.
In the United States, because in the continuous United States,
the lower 48. The lower to 48 would be Maine.
It would be Maine?
Yeah.
It's the furthest east? Why does it look like the ones above it are further?
This one, because this is Canada.
Oh,
this
got
is,
it.
Yeah.
That's Maine
our
right
last
there.
one.
Yep.
Florida doesn't poke out further?
Yeah, that's a good question.
No.
Sure
Florida,
don't.
look, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It's got a little dinghy.
He's at a weird angle too.
Yeah.
Why does the U.S. have a dick? Totally does. Look at that. There he is.
All right, now zoom into
Long
Area
and proud.
51, my guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Rachel, Nevada.
Let's go check this out.
We're zooming in.
You can
There's
tell
Rachel.
You can tell
it's just southwest of there.
It'd be in this bowl right here. It's gonna be a big blacked out fucking.
No, Groom Lake is to the left there.
Yep.
There's Groom Lake. That's Area 51.
Yeah.
It's so cool that you can do this now.
Yeah.
That's Area 51.
Aliens.
Yeah.
Right?
I want to know how big they have their own little baseball field. What?
Oh shit! No, I think that's a. Oh, maybe it is. And I think it's a water thing,
That's
dude.
water.
No, that's a baseball field.
Reservoir.
The bleachers are right there. There's the
yeah.
backstop. There's the dugouts.
There you go. Area 1. They call them.
They got lights and shit.
They got it's an Area 1 alien
The
football
aliens
baseball
versus
team.
the comets.
Yeah,
dude.
dude. Yeah, because
Asteroids
They're out there
versus
seeing how
nebulas.
good
Yeah,
the Martians are at hitting yard.
they were saying that one of the bunkers here is in that mountain range to the bottom left there.
It has to be.
They're saying that there's a bunker that's like embedded into that mountain somehow, right?
Like a bat cave?
Kind of like a bat cave, right? And that's where supposedly the saucers are, the flying saucers in that Groom Lake there. Yeah. We got a lot of cool stuff here, right? You know? But how are you liking Reno?
Are we starting?
We've started.
Yeah,
We've been going for 20 minutes, Tug.
Yeah, we've been going.
Okay.
But how do you like it? Is it a nice change?
Yes, it's everything I've needed. It's everything I was looking for.
Yeah.
I needed a change. I needed some space.
I always think it's funny when people come.
Am I close enough?
Yeah, just keep it right in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always think it's funny when people come in the Bay Area because the bars close there,
Yeah.
right? And then they're sober and then they move here and then the bars don't close, you know? I think that's always a trip.
I always wondered how people got sober here.
Yeah.
It's a real test to how bad you want it.
The answer is a lot quicker. Think
Well,
about it, you know?
Someone someone broke it down. They said that
That's why I got sober at 21.
Reno chews you up, it spits you out, and then you come crawling into the rooms.
Kinda. It is that.
Yeah.
I got sober, like if I got sober at 21 in Reno when I would have got sober at 35 in any other town. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I had access. Bars didn't close. There's a bar in every corner. Everybody's trying to. Nobody gives up. Like there's so many bars here that they'll sell alcohol to a fucking 18-year-old kid, you know?
Dude,
It's just.
we got a little liquor store that's been selling fucking alcohol to underage people for, I don't know how these.
I was buying Mad Dog at fucking 16 years old, you know, without an ID, you know?
Oh God,
yeah.
makes my stomach turn.
Does it?
Just thinking
Makes
about
my
it.
mouth water, dude.
Ugh,
It is
God,
my
that
favorite.
thick, syrupy.
Yeah, malt
I can't do
liquor.
it. No.
Yeah. What was your drink? Was your favorite?
JMO.
My guy. Yeah, that's the
Give
one.
me a couple double shots to start with the pineapple back.
You're half Irish somewhere. Yeah.
Pineapple bag.
Yeah.
I haven't done my 23andMe yet. So
You haven't? Well, now you
possible.
can't do 23andMe. They got bought. But there's another
Buy
one.
another one.
There's another one.
Ancestry.
Ancestry will send you the DNA swab.
Do you know what's crazy? That the cops are now using, they pull warrants when they need DNA. Like if somebody.
That's the only thing that's ever kept me from doing it.
Yeah, no,
So
they'll pull DNA from that if you've never been arrested. They'll like, oh, you fucking submitted an ancestry swab.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you murdered this guy?
That's how they found the killer in California.
There you go.
The Golden State Killer or whatever.
No. The Zodiac.
They found the
No,
Zodiac?
no, it wasn't the Zodiac. It was the Golden State Killer. or
Okay.
something.
I was going to say Zodiac.
was
happened
like-
They
close
found.
to
Is
your
this the
home.
one they found him in Sacramento?
I think so. Let me look it up.
They found him in Roseville?
Yeah,
Because I thought that was the Zodiac. No, it was the
My
Golden
dad
State
was always
Killer.
against it. He's like, you don't know what they're going to do with your saliva. With
he's
your DNA.
fucking
But
right,
can't-
dude.
It is
But
that.
can't they plant DNA if
Totally.
they need someone to
Totally.
blame for something? Can't they just plant DNA?
Stephen Avery, dude.
I wouldn't put it past anybody.
Fucking what was that guy in Wisconsin? They
The one that was the first famous Netflix one,
Yeah.
right? This is the guy.
Yeah, the Golden State Killer. Fuck yeah, I was right.
How long had he been running free for?
A minute.
Yeah, because he didn't have a family. I think I read this. He didn't have a family when he was doing all the murders, and now he's a grandfather.
And then he wanted to know what his ancestry was. He got popped.
Yeah. Oh man.
Now he's all hella normal.
Yeah.
He doesn't murder people anymore,
Yeah.
and he's just a normal guy
Yeah.
and wants to know who his
Yeah.
who his
He just wanted to
relatives
know.
were.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Am I actually Italian?
For sure. God damn.
Wow.
Ancestry did him dirty. Oh, it was 23andMe that did him dirty.
Hilarious.
How long was he on the run for?
I don't even think they had him as a lead, bro. I didn't even think. Oh, no. They did think that he was a lead at first. They had thought about him, but they didn't have enough evidence to prosecute this guy. The Zodiac one was like always a trip to me.
Hold on. How
Yeah,
long?
that happened like where I'm from.
It was,
Lake Herman Road.
No shit with the couple, huh? Mm-hmm. Damn,
From
dude.
Benicia. Yeah,
You also have about 8 other million crazy things that happen in that town, you know?
Benicia is one of those towns. It's a small, creepy little town.
Damn.
The only town smaller and creepier is across the water.
There's some towns in Northern California that are fucking scary.
Yeah.
And then, why am I drawing a blank? The one next to it that's even smaller.
Yeah.
It'll come to me later. That's a small, creepy town.
Like that old town?
Next to Crockett.
I know what you're talking
Why can't
about.
I think of it?
So the Golden State Killer was active from 74 to 86, which he committed at least 13 murders, 50 rapes. Jesus Christ.
And that's just the murders and rapes that they know about
When
that
did they catch him?
that were reported or even found. They found him like a couple years ago.
Dude, so like
in Roseville.
40 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he was like a young man then.
Yeah.
50 years?
Yeah. Man.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's when they found him.
Port Costa.
Golden State Killer, the original Night Stalker, the East Area Rapist.
That was the small, creepy town that I was thinking of, Port Costa.
Isn't Richmond in Contra Costa?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
God.
Wait, is it? Can you look that up? Is Richmond considered Coco County?
I think it is. That's one of my favorites.
We're giving a real educational podcast.
Yeah. Let's fucking do it, dude.
Is Richmond?
Wait, I want to start over. This is supposed to be about me and my recovery.
We're doing it all.
Yeah, no, we're doing it.
So that's what's cool about this show is we literally like.
Do I introduce myself?
We will.
Okay. Cool.
We do it. Here's how we do it. I'm having the same conversation I'd have with you, whether these were on or not. You know.
Okay.
I feel like it's more organic
I could tell
that way.
that's what was going on. I was like, I feel like you're tricking me.
Yeah.
right
No,
now.
it's not a trick. It's just
a trick.
It's just like if you do that, then you start thinking different.
Oh, it
you
is
know?
Contra Costa County.
There you go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because the Chevron in Contra Costa right now is they're talking about moving all the pipelines out of California.
They should.
They should. That's unfortunate, but
I mean, it's crazy that people didn't realize that they voted for.
Well, why are you having our oil shipped into, like, not even a political stance, but I'm just saying, why would you have our oil shipped?
Because that's where all the refineries are.
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna have overseas oil shipped into California and then pumped across the country where there's already oil. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's the only thing that always
keep prices stable, but like at the same,
but it's good for me on the railroad.
Time that I mean, Southern California, they enacted they enacted legislation that fucking that they can just like if the county needs money, they can just add gas tax. So that's why California's gas prices go in Southern California at least go up and down so
the
heavily.
Bay's crazy right now,
and it's fucking nuts, dude.
So glad I left.
Yeah, isn't that much?
I don't miss
so
it.
much nicer.
The gas prices in Carson. Some people drive there just to get gas. Like
that's silly.
It's over. Diesel's $6 here now.
It's a write off for me, boys.
Not me. Not fucking me. I mean, I guess it could be. I got the business.
T&E, Time and Entertainment. That's where I write it off. You know.
Fuck yeah.
Well, thank you very much for being here. Thanks for that little educational intro. You know.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
I do what I can.
What do you think of the spot? Pretty cool, right?
It's pretty chill.
It is cool, right?
I like it a lot.
So we were talking earlier before you kind of jumped on. You're from the Bay Area.
Yes.
Did you get sober before you moved here, or did you get sober here?
I got sober several years before I moved here.
Gotcha.
I got. Well, I'm gonna say clean. I identify
do it.
as
You got it. Right.
I got clean in Contra Costa County.
Right. What's the rooms like there?
Cold.
Yeah.
That was my experience. Don't get me wrong.
Was it kind of like cutthroat a little bit? Like,
I don't know. There's been like a huge perspective shift for me. Now I'm realizing maybe it was just me, but because even out here, it's been a bit similar.
Go a little bit closer.
Closer? Is that close enough?
Perfect.
That's perfect.
Okay. Even for me, like out here, it's been a little similar in terms of like trying to make friends in recovery.
Totally.
I did all the things, all the suggestions on how to do that, and it was difficult.
Yeah.
I felt like Contra Costa County, well, specifically the Concord area, was very cliquey. And
that's gonna be everywhere.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know.
Yeah. But I'm still now I'm realizing like I'm welcomed everywhere.
Yeah.
But like I haven't clicked up, and I'm not going to. That's just not me. Like everyone's my tribe and I come and go as I please.
That's the perspective.
There's a huge commitment, like an involvement and being involved in like a group of people.
So when I first got sober, I was only going to men's rooms, right? You know what I mean? Because part of my disease also makes me stare at hot chicks at meetings, right? You know what I'm saying? So I also got to like, had to be around men, and I had a very, like my program was like, they're kind of hardcore if you think about it, right? Like they were like, always like the guys that were like, what's your part? What's your part, right? If I'm going to tell you a story about what's happening in my day and I'm going to complain about anything, they're going to be like, that's all great, but like, what the fuck are you doing, right? You know what I mean? It's 100% what I needed. And then I would go to these rooms and they were all fishing or golfing or what else? You know, just shit that I'm not going to do, you know? And it wasn't going to be my identity. And so what I kind of felt like I had to inevitably do was kind of manufacture my own culture, you know, and find like the reason I even started working and building motorcycles and like riding motorcycles was because a guy in the rooms was like, bro, if you ride motorcycles, you'll never drink because you'll be keeping your brain busy and your hands busy.
Yeah.
Right. And
something that you love.
Totally. And it was like a total deterrent. And it was like a Mr. Miyagi thing, like totally tricked me. Like I was not thinking about like working on motorcycles when I first got sober. And then he brought me a motorcycle and said like, customize it, do whatever you want. And I did. And it kept me sober for 1.5 years and I didn't even think about it. You know,
really high reward.
Totally. Right. So it's like and then to create a culture around that ended up being its own thing. So if you can't find the clique that you want, it's maybe because God's trying to tell you you're supposed to create your own.
That's exactly what I've realized. Like, I don't doubt now that if a relationship or a friendship doesn't work out, I'm dodging bullets.
Goddamn for a reason.
Right.
Right.
Whereas before, I'm like, is it me?
Totally.
Like, how come I keep trying to make friends with these people and nothing sticks?
Yeah.
Like, I tend to attract crazy people.
Cool.
And
yeah.
So let's like fix my picker. Yeah. Right. Let God attract people to me.
Right.
And show me who's better for me. Yeah. Right. People that are going to elevate me, because I tend to elevate people. Yeah. Who the fuck is elevating me? Yeah. I need to get around people who intimidate me, who have what I want. They're going to teach me how to get there. Yeah. I've evolved a lot, and so a lot of people, and it's a smart thing to do. Leech on to someone who has what you want. I've had people do that with me, and it's changed their lives. Right. Like I've literally had people say, "You saved my life, Lisa." Yeah. And it's a smart thing to do. If you see someone working on their fitness, if you see someone working on their relationships, if you see someone glowing up and having boundaries and like fixing their money situation, like latch on. Yeah. What are you doing? Yeah. How can I get a piece of this? Totally. I want to find people like that. Right. But I really thrive on my own. Yeah. And I have the connections that I need when I need socialization. Love that. Right? Because there's solitude and then there's isolation. Right. I really thrive in solitude. Me too. Like, and then when the more friends you make, how many kids do they have? Yeah. Birthday parties, Christmases, cost money. I hate to sound cheap, but it does. It does. If you have 4 kids, I'm not coming to both your gender reveal and your baby shower. Pick one, right? It's a big responsibility. It gets to be pricey. I want to lay in the sun naked on my patio on the weekends. Like, that's just how I like to spend my time. Yeah. So I recognize now that I don't have this huge need. I have a ton of friends. Yeah. And not all of them are in recovery. Yeah. Thank God. Making friends in the rooms was like, I fucking hated it. And I worked at it and worked at it and worked at it. It's just so much rejection. And it's like, why isn't this working? What's wrong with me? And how come, right? Why isn't this? And then realizing like a year in with a friend, this person's batshit crazy. Or they're just using me as a therapist, or they just want to complain, or I'm constantly growing. Yeah. So I pivot a lot in my relationships, and I don't blame them for not sticking with me and moving in the direction that I'm going, but I can't stop.
Out here, you ride with your head on a swivel, but you can't control everyone else. If you're hurt in a motorcycle wreck, the insurance game starts fast. Don't go it alone. Law Tigers is a national network of motorcycle accident attorneys. Start with a free case evaluation, and there are no upfront fees. You don't pay attorney fees unless they recover compensation for you. Law Tigers is a sponsor of 4th Street Live podcast. Law Tigers, because you should never ride alone.
There's only one place in town I take my Harley-Davidson motorcycle to, and that is Slab Sides Motorcycle Shop on Glendale Avenue in Reno. If you're looking for a tune-up, customizing your motorcycle, bars, exhaust, they've got everything you need and one of the best hourly rates in town for any of your motorcycle repair stuff. Go check out Slab Sides Motorcycle Shop.
This isn't a story about crime. It's a story about what happens when the railroad becomes something else. Critics are raving about Green's new novel, a gripping blend of reality and fiction. Written by Jacob Green, inspired by real life on the railroad and in the outlaw motorcycle world. A secret network of hitmen, contracts hidden inside of steel spikes, and an underground world as old as the rail itself. Couldn't put it down, never lost interest, a story you don't see coming. The Rail Runner, available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
Looking for the best sandwich in Reno? Look no further. The Sandwich Spot has you covered with 2 convenient locations. Visit us at 2002 Sierra Highlands Drive or 6775 Sierra Center Parkway, Suite 100. We're open daily and ready to serve you the most delicious sandwiches around. Come taste the difference at the Sandwich Spot and tune into 4th Street Live podcast. New episodes weekly.
Yeah. I think just to lend you a different perspective, I think there's a part of this too that is Al Capone, the mobster, would say that I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies, right?
1,000%.
So to me, it's like my circle is small, but every one of them is motherfuckers. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
And every one of them is iron sharpens iron kind of friendships, right? And it's like anybody that comes into that circle, like, be prepared for like accountability. Like, if you're telling me that you want to start a business or you want to hit a goal or you want to fucking be a better, like, be sober, right? And you don't do that, like, we're gonna talk about that in those, it's unique to the group. And what I found was when I first got into sobriety, and I was like, I just wanted to be around people, because what I really was missing when I first got sober was people around me. I lost everything. Nobody wanted to fucking kick it with me when I got sober, right? Because they wanted something from me. What I realized is that real friends are the ones that don't want anything from you at all. Right?
They want to see you get ahead.
They just want to see you live.
They want things for you.
For sure. They want, nobody in my circle do I need anything from them. If you are my friend, I don't care what you have, what you bring to the table. I don't care how much money you have. I've got dudes in my club that are top of the top tax bracket, and then I've got dudes that live in trailers in Sun Valley. It doesn't matter. The prerequisite is my name in good in rooms I'm not in? Are you my friend because of something that I provide to you, like elevation or accountability? Or are you just my friend because you're my friend and you know that if I need to go fucking smoke somebody and we're gonna bury a body out in the desert, are you gonna come? Pew, pew. Yeah. Are you gonna come help? And do I know you're not gonna rat on me about it? You know? That's like obviously a very dramatic metaphor, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like, those are the people that I value in my life. Because 5 motherfuckers like that can intimidate 40 of the other kind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
So.
I am learning what I'm looking for and what's best for me in terms of like friendships, relationships, both platonic and romantic.
Totally. It's so much harder when you're a girl. You know why?
Why?
Because when you're good looking and you're an attractive woman, people can pretend.
Absolutely.
And that's hard.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, even other women can pretend.
Totally. It's so much harder. Me and John were talking about this. There's a statistic that 3 men to every 1 woman get sober. And I think the large part of that.
But women stay sober quicker and longer.
Exactly.
Oh, gosh. You know what I think about sometimes is the rooms like back in the day.
Totally.
When it was mostly men.
It was mostly men.
I've spent
what
some
did they
time
do?
considering how many women left running from rooms, right? Being berated by the men or being looked at by the men or just being scared and not fucking coming back and not making it and so dying. That's because it wasn't a safe space.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
That's where my mom met
or
my
they were
dad.
too aggressive or they were too hard or, you remember like it's,
I'm literally a product.
Take the cotton out of your ears and stuff it in your mouth. Basically shut the fuck up and listen, which I get, but people need a place to open up and express themselves and be heard. Women need a place where it's safe to be a woman and not be sexualized and not be,
I agree. Totally.
And back then there wasn't a lot of options.
Well, I think
it was male dominated.
That too, that's not even a perspective I've ever even thought about. Wow. And I think the other part of that is, think about, like, for me, I can only be attractive to a woman and do so much fucked up shit for so long before there's nobody that wants to touch me, right? You know what I mean? And a girl can do a lot of fucking things, and there's always going to be a guy that's like, I don't care.
As long as
you're perfect. Right, for sure. You're right. You know what I mean? Like, what I ran out of people that would co-sign any of my bullshit, right? And I've met women that are like, they will never run out of people. That's a hard, think about that, right? That's kind of a hard thing to think about.
That's the nature of the beast, though.
It is too.
We've got to have our perks.
So fuck yeah.
We've got to have our
you
perks.
need some yes men, yeah. So it's like, think about that. It's like when you finally get sober, it's like, it definitely, then just like John said, you stay sober because you did it for you, right?
I love hearing that you intentionally chose to go to men's meetings because you knew that about yourself.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Yep. That was definitely a thing, especially in the beginning. Yeah. It's always going to be my problem. See, my problem.
Andy knows he's handsome.
I don't.
Yeah, you do.
But
I think he does.
But I know that drugs and alcohol are not my problem. Like one of the books says, drugs and alcohol are not the problem.
Yeah.
It's a symptom of the problem. Mm-hmm. The problem is me. Mm-hmm. And I drink and do drugs as a symptom of a larger problem, which is me and my brain and my heart and my spiritual malady. And what I had to do was get down to the causes and conditions, which is what finally helped me, right? So my addiction manifests in a lot of ways: money, women, drugs, alcohol. So like we were talking earlier, total abstinence is the only way to do that, or rigorous honesty, right? So if I'm like, the only things that I do, I need to make sure that I do them because I know my higher power is okay, my wife's okay, my sponsees are okay, and they can still look up to me and go, that's still my guy, right? You know what I mean? So there's a tremendous responsibility to maintain abstinence, but also just for myself and my own conscious contact with my higher power, right?
Yeah.
So it's a larger thing, So that doesn't mean that I can't be valuable to women by all means. I think that I get so much hearing women share at meetings, right? Because I know people that will come and they'll struggle that are in my life, and I can say, I got the person for you. I'm going to give you her number. You're going to call her,
Yeah. Aspire to be a big brother. Like work on your maternal energy, work on your brother energy.
For sure.
Yeah. It wasn't until probably the past couple of years that I've actually had platonic, healthy male relationships with men in the rooms.
That's not true.
I just stuck with women.
No way. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's rad. Yeah. Yeah.
Like sexually charged hugs in meetings, leaning your dick into it, like having someone someone rub my hand during a closeout circle. Like, why are you interlocking their fingers with mine?
I do that with John.
Gross.
Yeah.
Don't fucking touch me. Don't fuck. It took me 5 years clean before I admitted to people that I don't like being fucking touched.
I hate getting touched too, dude. That's so
Everyone
funny.
wants to hug me. I'm like, I need a moment to determine that you're energetically safe for me to have physical contact with.
That's so funny. Yeah.
Don't touch me. That's the fact that you're even smelling me is bad enough because I know I smell good.
That's so fucking funny. I hate getting touched, dude.
Damn.
Yep.
So work on your shit.
Yeah.
And that goes for women too, because women can be predatory as well. And I understand it's one of the things that's a little bit unattractive to me. But if you think about it, you're putting addicts into a room, you're putting alcoholics into a room.
Yeah.
And a lot of these people, this is where we're getting our socialization from. This is where we're learning.
Yeah.
This is where we're learning how to be people, who we want to be and who we don't want to be, because everybody's an influence and both are equally important.
For sure.
Everybody's teaching me who I want to be and who I don't want to be.
Rad,
which is beautiful. Thank you equally to both.
Right.
And so I get it. There's a lot of dating that happens, which I think is also gross. Like, it's not a dating pool. Like, pick up your step work.
There you go.
Tell me where you're trying to get to.
I got to say,
right? Tell me what you're working on and let's focus on that.
Yeah.
But we're addicts or we're alcoholics. We're trying to get better and it's very distracting. There's opposite sex. Mm-hmm. We're starting to think clearly. A lot of us are very lonely.
Totally.
Right? We're looking for validation.
in
like you said, addiction. rears its ugly head in many forms.
Right.
Through sex, pornography, gambling, smoking, drinking, shopping, sugar.
Yeah.
Like you name it, food. What a lot of things we hear is always, I put down the spoon and I picked up the fork.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, and that's all up to you and whatever you believe in, right? So if you feel like you can have a conversation with God and say, look, I'm going to go play poker tonight, then you're fine. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But
it's
to
per
some
individual,
people,
1,000%.
that's absolutely not
per
okay.
individual.
But
you know what I mean?
I think a lot of us forget that. I think it's, and this is just my opinion. I don't know if
I don't know
if this is right or not, but a lot of addicts, and I mean, I grew up, my parents met in AA. You know, my parents met in the rooms. And a lot of people in addiction, I feel like, used sex and affection as a form of currency, you know, for a long time in their addiction, whether it was to get something, a place to sleep, a ride, drugs, you know, on either side, male or female. And then they get sober and they never understood that they were using, you know, their private parts or their gift of gab or whatever as a form of getting what they wanted, because that was all they had. You know, a lot of it, we spent all our money on the things that we wanted to use. And then, you know, we had to get it again. And if we didn't have a job or a source of income or a reliable place to sleep, you know, that was a form of currency in our world.
I think you're right. I think it is a form of currency. But I think
so. Then you get sober and then you're stuck in a young people's meeting.
And I think it's even more nuanced than that. I think it's also like you're right. It is that, but it's also probably even as simple as like
it's manipulation.
For sure. It's also a way to like treat the symptom of fucking loneliness, like you said. Right. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, dude. And a lot of us are not comfortable in our own skin, right? And the only way for a lot of people to finally feel comfortable in your own skin is through validation, right?
And then you've been you've been fucked up for 10 years.
Yeah.
And you got 8 months behind your belt sober.
Sure.
You know, that's probably the first time you felt and looked that good in a decade, you know? And so, like, the first person that gives you, hey, you're looking nice, that can be misconstrued in a big way. And I'm guilty of that, you know? Like, somebody
and
tells
that's what
you
I was
you're
going to
looking
get
nice,
into.
you know? It's like, oh, fuck.
I'm definitely guilty of, the only thing I've done perfect in the last 11 years is not drink or do drugs.
You guys do that too easily. A girl smiles at you or is nice to you and you think that she wants you. It's
I'm not easy. But I'm pretty easy, you know.
That's been one of the things that is. I can't even compliment.
I think that's a core trait of a man.
Listen, you should be wearing a bag on your head at meetings.
I can't even compliment a speaker afterwards without them taking that the wrong way.
Totally, I totally get that.
It's frustrating.
It is frustrating. Yeah.
I'm wearing
you know what we call that?
What am I wearing? I'm wearing like a muumuu. Nothing attractive. No makeup. I haven't washed my hair in 5 days.
Hot girl problems. Hey, poor you.
I love your share.
Yo, I'm hot. And
I could tell you were nervous, but you shared anyway. You did a great job. They're like, oh, she wants me.
Yeah.
What?
I definitely think that too. No, I know. 100%. Thank you. Because a lot of people are going to hear that and feel stupid. So that's exactly what you should do.
It happens.
You're totally right. You know? Yeah.
And I mean, think about how many women.
But you're also combating 10 million years of programming, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's a part, you know.
Men do need love.
For sure.
A lot of love.
It's
hating them, shitting on them, bashing them.
Yeah.
This misandry
Does that mean that
really
you
popular?
shouldn't do that?
No.
You should still do it.
That's not the answer. The answer is healing and love.
For sure. And you should still go up and compliment.
Because the truth is we need men and we need both sexes. You know, we're here for a reason. Like, it works.
Yeah. But should you ever feel like you can't go up to somebody and say that?
Oh, I do it anyway. Good. And if they have an issue, like they're going to know immediately that I'm not interested.
I'm with that.
Because I'm not.
Good. That's
1,000% of the time I'm not interested.
That's the part about sobriety that I love for women is how honest they get and how blunt they get.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the fucking great
This program, getting clean, has definitely helped me become assertive.
Yeah.
Well, it all comes in a package. There's all these things that keep you staying.
For sure.
Like you talked about the responsibility.
Right.
I've caught wind of these 12-step programs. First, there's that high of getting 30 days. Like my sponsor told me to call her every day for 30 days. I was juiced.
Yeah.
I know it seems simple, but like I didn't know I could do anything else other than get loaded for 30 days. And like it was such
to talk to you every day now?
It was well, she didn't necessarily pick up the phone every day. It wasn't about her picking up the phone.
It was about you making the attempt.
Right, because this was like a test, right?
That's right.
Because she doesn't fuck around. She doesn't waste her time.
Yep.
Love that. Respect that. I'm the same way with my sponsees. I have one.
Good.
it was such a self-esteem booster. That simple act of doing something other than smoking dope for 30 days. It's like, I can do something. And then that just builds. And then you get 90 days. That 90 days is so critical. The clouds start to clear.
Yeah.
I felt like I'd been asleep for years.
Yeah.
And I was waking up from a long fucking nap.
Yeah.
Right? That restoration of sanity really starts to happen. And then post-acute withdrawal syndrome is real. I used for 19 years.
Fuck, dude.
I'm 40 years old.
Wow.
Right? I have 7 years clean, 7 years and 2 months.
Yeah.
And I've been in the rooms for 8 years.
Rad.
So I used for a long time.
Yeah.
And the last 12 and a half years, I was using a pretty nasty substance that really fried my brain. Did a lot of damage to my nervous system.
Wow.
But this program, the way that it's built, there's a lot of catches that keep you in your seat. Like I was talking about building relationships, friendships, and how hard that was for me. I kept trying and trying and trying. And it wasn't working out. And I never quit trying because my sponsor said, it's my responsibility to make sure that I have a support group. Mm-hmm. And people in that support group can fade in and out. Right. They could die, they could move, we could fall out, they could relapse. Mm-hmm. I need to make sure that I have at least a handful of people that I can count on at all times, who I'm not just calling to reach out and vent to or tell my problems to. I learned that in recovery too, that I'm maintaining a relationship with, that I'm able to reach out to and ask how they're doing without needing anything in return, right? That I'm feeding into. That's my job. Yeah. So even though I fucking hated it, I never quit trying to make friends in recovery. Wow. And now I have friends, like I said earlier, not just in recovery, but I have hell of healthy relationships with women that I admire, with women that are going places. Yeah. And now, 2 or 3 men in recovery, a lot of them are older, seniors, total dad energy. They don't want anything from me. It's the best. I'm so grateful for it. Although I really value that I worked on repairing the relationships between me and women, because I was one of those women that I was mostly friends with guys. Mm-hmm. I was more comfortable around men. Mm-hmm. But that's because I hadn't healed my feminine side yet. Yeah. Right? Once I started healing that and working on that, then I could only be friends with women. Yeah. Because for some reason I was still attracting the wrong type of guy. Right. Right. And I get it. I'm an attractive woman. I understand. And it's challenging to get platonic male friends that truly aren't just waiting their turn or being hopeful. Men are wired that way. Right. You guys are. And there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah, yeah. But there's something wrong with it for you. And that's okay too.
There was something missing.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? I want to be treated like a sister in recovery.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
I
need brothers. I need fathers, figures, right?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
It was really challenging, but it didn't hurt. But now that I have it, I'm just grateful.
For sure. Well, it's important. I've had friends die because they didn't feel welcome because they had nowhere to go, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? And so no, I'm definitely with you. I also think that I'm married to a woman that still drinks and parties and does her whole thing, right? You know, she was always like that. I was always sober as long as I've known her, and she was always partying as long as I've known her. That works for me, right? I don't know if I could date in recovery. You know what I mean?
I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I've questioned the same thing.
And then, but I've met other people who've met in the rooms. My sponsor met his wife in the rooms, right? I get some people that are sober, and in order for them to maintain the recovery, they need to be around only sober people at all times. And I'm just not like that.
I'm not one of those people either.
Yeah,
you can do whatever you want.
For sure.
I don't know how I feel about being in a long-term committed relationship. I don't know what I'd need.
For sure.
I kind of I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, there you go.
Eventually, I wouldn't be surprised if that's something that happens for me in the future.
Right.
I've been single for 7 years on purpose.
Good.
And I still, I got to give myself credit. Like recently, I said to myself, I'm probably better at dating than I think. I've just stayed away from it.
Yeah.
I've just had a lot of stuff to work on, and I'm just really content. I'm learning how to be perfectly okay and thriving by myself.
Yeah. Well, then that would mean
myself.
The only reason you would be in a relationship is if it was a situation that was only did something for you in a positive way, right? It wasn't a dependency.
Two people that just like to be together.
Exactly.
Not because they need anything.
That's a beautiful thing.
That's definitely, I'm looking for an equal, someone that's content, whole, satisfied. I'm not necessarily looking for, I'd be open to that.
Yeah.
Because I'm very content with where I'm at right now.
Yeah. Every relationship I've ever had where it was like, it was like, I'm here and I'm pulling them up to me, or vice versa.
Yeah.
And I've been the guy who had nothing and literally was getting dragged, to a relationship. To me, in the healthiest sense, is two people on a parallel line, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're living concurrent with one another. And it's totally like, it's just going, right? And that's the healthiest form of relationship I've ever had. Now, does that mean like there's days where you're not going to need to drag your partner? There's going to be those days, right? You know what I mean?
You're pulling each other, right? But you're both working a program, whether you're in the rooms or not. Like you work some sort of consistent program where you are the center of that, and you meet somewhere in the middle. Yeah. If you're at 20%, your partner's at 80%, they're going to happily.
We just talked about that. Yeah.
Ping pong or whatever, catapult you back and forth,
That's
like
real.
lift you up. Because we all hit hardships.
Yeah, that's real. That's so real.
I've been in a rut before. I was in a long-term relationship. I was in a rut. They pulled me up, and then vice versa. They were in a rut for a long time, and finally I was like, check it out. Like, get the fuck up. Let's go.
Yeah.
You're done being down. Like, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, that's real. So what was kind of what happened moment for you? What was the put the shovel down moment where I was like, I'm gonna quit? I don't like to say rock bottom because that's just different.
There was a few.
Yeah.
There was a few moments.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this first.
Cool.
And then maybe my history.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll start at the beginning.
Well, I'm going to answer your question, and then we could talk about my history.
Cool.
There was a few moments that led up to me finally surrendering.
Yeah.
And I want to make that clear. I'm not strong. I am strong. It's not because I'm strong that I'm clean. It's because I've learned the gift of surrendering. It's because I surrender. I call my higher power God. And I know that as soon as I take my will back, it's going to be hard. As soon as I surrender, God's plan's way better than mine.
Real.
He's going to figure it out. He's got it covered way better than I do.
Yeah.
Because I've had friends say, I'm just not as strong as you. I'm like, I'm not fucking strong. I've surrendered.
Right. I
quit fighting. Okay, so the first thing that started to lead me to the end, I was riding my bicycle. Oh, I don't know if I should say this. I was riding my bicycle. I was high as a kite, and I got hit by a car. And I probably wouldn't have got hit by that car if I wasn't loaded.
Cool. Checks out.
I was put in a wheelchair.
Yeah. Fuck.
And that still wasn't the end, but that was the beginning of the end.
Totally.
I'd been breaking things, and I'm like, something's happening.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, gosh, how many of us don't know someone who's smoked their teeth away? Mm-hmm. It's crazy what the disease of addiction you'll lose everything. Your kids.
Yeah.
Your teeth.
So when I smoked drugs, I would brush my teeth after I smoked drugs.
So smart.
Because I was so nervous about that very
Losing
thing.
Your teeth.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'd fucking get loaded.
And go brush your teeth.
And go brush my fucking teeth. I'm talking like I'd have a mic next to me and a toothbrush next to me.
Smart.
That's the tweakeriest shit I've ever fucking...
I straight up asked the dentist one day. I'd gotten clean, and I was like, I wanted to know what kind of damage I'd done.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm on the table and I'm in the chair. I'm like, hey, can I ask you something? And he's like, it's kind of personal. He's like, sure.
They know, dude.
And
I feel like they know.
So
yeah.
I used to smoke drugs for a long time, and I was wondering if my teeth are fucked.
Yeah,
and he was like, he put his hand on my shoulder in a non-sexual way.
Okay.
Which I really appreciated.
Like a dentist.
Like a dentist. And he was like, first, I just want to say thank you for
telling me that.
Right. He felt really, very privileged. This is a safe space.
Yeah.
And he said, I would have never known. Your teeth look great. Fuck. I was smoking dope for 12 and a half years.
Dope.
Yeah.
Literally, but yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
On and off.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah.
People do fucked up things to themselves using like their whole lives. Anyway, so I got hit by a car.
Brad.
But as soon as I was in crutches, I was crutching my way up to the second floor of the trap house to get somewhere. Sadly, that wasn't the end.
That's a cool story. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Another thing that really helped me be able to fully surrender.
Yeah.
Is I told on myself. a friend that I used to get loaded with had called me, and I was in the car with another friend. And as soon as I saw that call, excuse me, my stomach started bubbling, and I'm like, oh, we're about to go get high. I already knew. And I hear this loud ass voice. It's my voice, but I hear a voice say, telling yourself. And I'm like, what? I'm like, no. Like when you want to relapse, you don't say shit. You just go. Because if you tell someone, they're going to stop you.
Right.
And so I just turned to my friend who's driving. I'm sitting passenger, and I blurt out, I'm trying to figure out a way to ditch you so I can go hang out with a friend that just called because I want to go get high. And my friend's like, what? No. I'm like, I want to go smoke dope. And he's like, no, I'm not going to leave you. I'd never done that before. And in using my voice and in telling on myself, some of my power came back to me. Right? I'd lost all control. I was completely helpless and powerless over the use of drugs.
Wow.
And so that was a key moment. Something that was in the background over time, especially while I was in this long-term relationship, time kept going by and I kept going back to the drugs. Like in that last 12 and a half years, I was on and off using a pretty hard substance. And I would always like stop, like 3 months. Yeah. I'd get clean for 6 months, a year, 2 years, but I kept finding myself going back to it. And like time was just flying by. All of a sudden, like I was with this guy and like he didn't know. Well, I don't know what he knew, but I felt terrible. Like I'm keeping this from, I'm such an honest person. I'm such a committed person in a relationship.
Right.
It's really, really uncomfortable. Like one of my friends came up to me. She's like, that must have been really hard and scary for you not being able to tell him about this. I was like, I was terrified. I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
But every time he didn't choose me, I'd go punish myself and get loaded instead of leaving.
Yeah.
Right. I don't come from a family where we learn to walk away or we know we can leave. Right. Very codependent. So time was going by and I always thought I was going to be a wife and a mom. It's something that is a really strong urge or desire to my core. Right.
It's programmed into you.
It's
your
programmed
whole life.
into me. Yeah. And so I'm like, dude, you still want to be a wife and a mom, but you can't stop getting loaded. Like I was kind of starting to feel like ashamed. Right. And then all of a sudden I was in my 30s and I'm like, dude, I can't stop smoking dope. This is embarrassing.
Yeah.
That was kind of always in the background pressing me because no shade or judgment to anybody, right? But me personally, I need a lot of recovery under my belt before I would ever dare consider becoming a parent.
Yeah.
For myself and for the child.
Yeah.
Right? Because I've had a lot I've needed to recover from and to learn just to how to be like an adult.
Yeah.
You know, and how to be okay, how to feel good about myself, how to buy a new car, how to search for an apartment, all sorts of normal shit, you know? That was always in the background.
Yeah.
So my first attempt at getting clean, I learned that alcohol is a drug.
Yeah.
Right. And then that was in 2018. So I was collecting key tags while still drinking. I was hanging around the wrong people. I was getting the misinformation. Oh, well, your timer's not against alcohol, so you could drink. But drinking led me back to everything else.
Right.
Pretty quickly.
Right.
And I got even more fucked up that time around. By the time I came back, I was still getting loaded. I had a hot pipe in my pocket in meetings. Thank God people in meetings said, you're welcome here. Even if you're loaded, like you're welcome. Keep coming back. Because my second time around, I was high as a kite in those meetings with a hot pipe in my pocket. Yeah. I was getting loaded in the car in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Whacked.
Yeah.
Right. So the second time around, my cat died. Felix. I just broke my anonymity. Everybody knows who Felix is. My cat died.
Yeah.
I was fucking crushed. He was like the single source of goodness in my life.
Yeah.
He was kind to me. He made me laugh. I was so codependent on this little guy. And I wanted to die. I didn't want to be alive anymore. I wanted to go be in heaven with Felix.
Yeah, I get it.
My first year clean, since I decided to stay, I call it the year of death. Yeah. Felix died in December. I ended that narcissistic 10-year relationship. I had ended it a couple years prior, but we were still sleeping together, which is pretty common for long-term relationships. I ended all my friendships because all they wanted to do was get loaded. I stopped fucking with a lot of people. I stopped fucking with a lot of my family. My uncle died, my cousin died, my other cousin's partner died. And then my friend that had called me when I was in the car with the other friend, the one I wanted to get loaded with, he died in my arms. Damn. December of 2019.
Damn.
I was a month away from getting a year clean.
Wow.
So my whole first year, like the whole slate was wiped cleared.
Whoa.
It was fucking devastating. It was terrifying. Like my sponsor, she's like, expect to be batshit crazy your first year. I was pretty normal. My life got just ripped apart.
Right.
I was completely by myself.
Yeah.
And I didn't pick up. I didn't fucking pick up. So Felix died. I relapsed. And this was ultimately the biggest catalyst. The dope stopped numbing my pain.
Damn.
I had a lot of grief that I had been carrying my entire life.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to get into my history.
Yeah.
My mom was killed when I was 16 months old. Wow. Okay, so I was raised by a single dad.
Wow.
And I don't know how he did it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't fucking make it easy. I was a problem.
Yeah.
Which wasn't necessarily my fault. My dad spoiled the fuck out of me. He felt so terrible that I was a little baby with no mommy. So he spoiled me.
That's just a dad thing. Like I spoiled the shit out of my daughter. Like, it is that way.
Yeah.
And I think that's an important thing too, is like, because like if Beth wasn't there to pick up the other side and be the asshole, she would just be spoiled, right? So I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's just a circumstance. Yeah.
Right. And so, let's see. I was carrying around a lot of grief.
Yeah.
I'd say my upbringing was dysfunctional and a normal, like pretty normal. Like most therapists will say, almost every household is dysfunctional. You're trapped in a house with people that you may or may not like.
Totally.
For the majority of your life.
Yeah.
As a young person. So, and then you shift the dynamic and add a major trauma. The older siblings were 6 and 7. They saw a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. Right. My dad was not well after that. And I think he struggles emotionally, mentally prior to that. Mm-hmm. I've learned more about his history since. But my father was in flight or fight mode his whole life. Right. So when it came to disciplining, there was violence. I was perfectly well provided for. Mm-hmm. We never missed birthdays. We never missed Christmases. And we weren't wealthy. We were poor.
Yeah.
We would get ice cream.
Yeah.
My dad was an excellent nurse.
Yeah.
If I was sick, he was committed to bringing me cough syrup to help me with my cough. If I was hurt, like if someone did something to me, he was a protector, he was a provider. And he'd also fucking beat my ass if I did something wrong.
Yeah.
That kind of got worse as I got older. So trust was broken. There was a lot of unpredictability in my home. Emotionally unstable. The tension was kind of high. Like, is he going to get upset? And I had a lot of behavioral issues, understandably so, not having my mom and a parent who was emotionally unavailable.
Totally.
It's really neat getting into recovery and doing so many years of therapy and learning how to both love someone and have like boundaries with them and appreciate all the great things that my father gave me, because he gave me a lot of really great values. Like I carry him with me everywhere that I go. Yeah. Still alive, don't have a relationship with him currently because it's what I feel safest with right now. I'm hopeful that can change in the future. It's interesting how multiple things can be true and exist at the same time. Like on one end, I was well provided for, and on the other end, I was also living in a lot of fear, right? And I was angry. And so I had a lot of behavioral issues. It's not surprising that I started using. In our household, we don't talk about our problems. We just pick up a smoke or a drink.
Yeah.
I wasn't told things like, I love you. Like I knew my father loved me.
Yeah.
I never doubted that he loved me.
Yeah.
But he didn't say things like, I love you, I'm proud of you. I remember the first time I heard my dad say, I'm proud of you. And I remember feeling, thanks.
Yeah.
You're years too late.
Yeah.
I was a wounded person and I was raised pretty codependently. After our mom was gone, I could see my dad like being determined to like never let anything happen to any one of us or ever let any of us go ever again. So on one end, he wanted me out of the house, but on the other end, he didn't want me to leave.
Yeah.
So I stayed in my home with my dad until I was 27, which was not healthy for me. I wish I would have left a long time ago. As soon as I sought my independence, shortly after that, Felix died. I relapsed. That the drugs stopped numbing my pain, and I found recovery. And I decided to take it seriously. So that's kind of a long answer,
perfect.
But the ultimate catalyst was Felix dying. I didn't know what to do with my pain anymore. Mm-hmm. I had a lot of, I like to describe the grief that I was living with. Like I'd put it in a box, and the dope and the using I would tape that box up.
Yes.
Right. And every time another grief or another trauma would come, that box would try to tear open, and I'd put another piece on that box. But when Felix died, that box just ripped open, and I could feel God was like, I need you to feel.
Yeah.
It's time to feel. Yeah. I am, a rape survivor. I am a child abuse survivor. I am a domestic violence survivor. I'm a narcissistic relationship survivor. I don't know what that's called. I'm a codependency survivor, and I'm a substance abuse survivor. Like, I had a lot of fucked up shit happen to me. Yeah. Things that I had no part in, right? And things that I did have a part in.
Totally. That's so important. Yeah.
I love the steps. Yeah. I wish everybody, whether they have identify as an addict or not, or an alcoholic or not, I really feel like it's such a flex to do a round of steps because of how introspective that work is.
I think the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, I think if everybody in the world could do that,
hugest benefit,
and take your inventory and identify the places that are your fault and are not, are so important. Because my list does not look like that. My list is 99% of the fucking things I'm resentful at are me, right? So like my list is a little different than yours. So like I definitely have a part in most of the resentments I've ever had. But what it did was teach me accountability.
1,000%.
Right. And knowing that the things that I didn't have a part in, I could let them go. Right. And they could reduce their power. Yeah. And the things I had a part in, I could later make an amends for.
And you can do something about it.
Right. So I do agree with you that like a lot of the steps are really true to just addicts and alcoholics, but I think that those steps are like years and years in therapy. It's like confession at church. It's like it could benefit so many people when you could go through all the things and go, fuck, like these things that are keeping me sick are just on the other side of me telling another person about it. Right? Yeah. That's a beautiful thing. And it is so simple, thing. It is in retrospect,
simple, but it's not easy.
It's not easy. It's not
simple.
Like I've had lots of guys that'll come with that notebook and I'll look at it and I'm like, this is so superficial. This is not all the things that you have.
Dig deeper.
You got to dig deeper. Right. And some people bring me everything and it's like, this is everything. Right.
I dug deep my first time.
And I did too. No, I didn't.
Searching and fearless.
Yeah. I was not.
That I was fearless,
I love that.
But I fucking dug.
Goddamn.
I dug. I dug.
So
if I'm
fearless.
Gonna do this,
so
let's dump the shit out.
Yeah. I wasn't. My guy sent me back twice. And I had to come back because I got sober at 21.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? I'm like,
you're not. Yeah,
but I've been fucked up since I was 12. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's like, I'm from here. Yeah. So he's like, no, I know you have more. I was
ready. Y'all said I could dump my shit out here. I've heard worse shit than mine.
For sure, yeah.
I've heard stories of people watching their own parents kill each other and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you get, this is a place, like the rooms have been a place where I get to dump my shit. And I get to set a lot of shit down. I've lost a lot of fear, shame, guilt. You know what it's like living without fear, shame, and guilt? It's fucking life-changing. Yeah. I'm flawed, just like everybody else, and I don't have to be embarrassed. I don't have to be ashamed. It took me 2 years clean to start being able to brush my teeth twice a year. I'm not ashamed of that. You know why? Because I go to meetings and I hear people talk about embarrassing things, vulnerable things, real life things. This has just been my story. This has just been my experience. Judge me if you want to. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just another human being trying to thrive in life and heal from a bunch of fucked up things that I experienced.
That's so real.
Right? Make sense of a jumbled up childhood, a lot of which I don't remember. A lot of traumas. Like, I had a friend who I was a caregiver for. He was in a wheelchair. His home caught fire with him in it.
Damn.
That's when I started using the harder drugs, like, really intensely. Like, I didn't know what to do with that. I needed therapy and I needed help. I didn't know how to process that. I hadn't found the rooms yet, right? Having someone die in my arms. This is the worst fucking day of my life, and it probably saved my life. I will never forget. He was 39. I will never forget the doctors going back and forth, watching them work on him, trying to keep him alive. That's fucked up to watch. Yeah. And then eventually jumping in when they called it and pulling all the cords off of him and holding his face and telling him to let go. Yeah. And watching him die.
Yeah.
And knowing that probably just saved my life. Hearing the doctors go back and forth saying it was the meth, it was the meth, it was the meth. I will never forget that. That might have saved my life. Yeah. I used to get loaded with that guy. He was my friend.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
So, lots of stuff. Didn't know how to process, carrying it with me. I used because I was lonely.
Yeah.
A lot of times I would go to this one gal's house. She was older, and we'd fucking paint our nails and play card games or board games and just laugh all night. I was lonely.
Well, that's the part that a lot of people talk about is like, I can't say that all the times that I had when I was out there were bad. There was times I had that were great and good. The problem is I was using drugs and alcohol to fill a God-sized hole in my heart.
A God-sized hole. Yeah. I love that you said that. I learned that recently. Yeah. That void was placed there intentionally to be filled by God.
And just like you said, have you ever watched The Shining?
Oh, a long time ago.
Okay, so Stephen King wrote The Shining when he was in his addiction, right?
Dope.
And when you're talking about the box and taping the box, that's the reference. It's an analogy to The Shining, right? So The Shining was the same thing. Is Danny was using these, who ended up being an addict in the sequel in Dr. Sleep, the book. He ended up being sober, and what he was doing is he was putting these ghosts in a box and taping the box shut and chaining the box shut to keep the ghosts away.
Skeletons in a closet.
Exactly. So what he ended up having to do at the end of Dr. Sleep, which is the sequel to The Shining, is he had to end up letting it all go, right? You know what I mean? And just face it and deal with it. And then he was fine, right?
Air it out.
So it's I liked your analogy. It is that. It is letting the fucking shit go. It is getting it out. And it's like not taping it up and pushing it down. And it's not replacing it and trying to forget about it temporarily with something else.
We're only as sick as our secrets.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Secrets die in the light. They grow in the dark.
Yep.
So I was raised in a household. My father would literally say, La boca cerrada, la mosca no entra. That translates to a fly cannot enter a closed mouth.
Right.
And then I leave home and my black friends are like, girl, closed mouths don't get fed. I'm like, well, shit, which one is it?
Yeah, I don't know either.
And the truth is like, you got to talk about it.
Yeah.
You got to talk about it, even if it's just with one person, even if it's with a homeless person on a park bench, right? When we do a fourth step, they say you can say it to anybody. It doesn't have to be someone in the rooms, because some people have some fucked up shit in their fourth step, that they are incriminating themselves with, right?
Right.
It could be anybody, but you got to say it between you and your higher power, and another human being needs to hear this shit.
Yeah.
I loved my fourth step. So, okay, that's yes and no. I sat on my fourth step for 2 years. I highly discourage anyone from doing that. I had CPTSD, complex post-traumatic stress disorder, when I started.
It also took me 2 years. Yeah.
I sat on it.
Yeah.
So I had CPTSD when I started.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you're just writing it down. But when you have PTSD or complex PTSD, you're reliving it.
Totally.
So this is affecting your nervous system, right? And you're reliving this. Yeah. I physically became ill working a fourth step.
Damn.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was excruciating. Yeah. All my resentments, I was basically telling on anyone who had ever done anything wrong to me. And there was a lot. There's a lot of people that have put their hands on me.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who have said really sick things to me.
Yeah.
I've been hurt a lot.
I totally understand.
And it was all there. And I was so glad to fucking tell on all these people, and have someone look at me and go, that's fucked up. I'm so sorry they did that to you.
For sure.
I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Yep.
So I got hypnotherapy and I was cured of PTSD,
wow.
which is life-changing.
Is that where they
I remember everything. It's
it's
not hypnosis. It's hypnotherapy. I remember everything. They just put you in a relaxed state, and then you do something like, usually it's like touch your face or do something with your hand, which is like EMDR-ish.
Crazy.
You can go back in and rewire your past. So I went back in and gave my 16-month-old self what I needed the moment that my mom was stabbed and killed.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. So
wow.
Subconsciously, as far as I know, I have received everything I've ever needed.
There you go.
So you're just in like a calm, meditative state where you can go clear some shit out.
Yep.
Right? Neuro pathways get blocked at the time of a trauma.
Yeah.
And then when you add more and more and more and more, that's when you get CPTSD. And it's just like a big old traffic jam, like a big old 20-car pileup. Yeah. You got to start clearing those neuro pathways. We're supposed to be porous like a sponge. Things are supposed to pass through us. But when there's a trauma, something can get stuck.
Yeah.
And then a lifetime of piling up, now I'm coping with life by using to numb, to get out of self, right? As soon as I hit that first hit of weed, that was it for me.
Wow.
I didn't have to feel anymore because I didn't want to be here.
Yeah.
Living with all that stuff that I was carrying around. Of course I started getting loaded And so anyway, going back
so
to
real. Yeah.
And then my dad would literally say things like, don't air out the family's dirty laundry. Control is just, I learned something.
Yeah, well, just, I totally get that. And I totally get that. And I think that's you only got to tell it to one person, though, just like you said,
Silence is not the answer.
That isn't the answer. It's not an answer.
Control is, no, what is it? I learned a phrase recently and I'm trying to remember it. It's something about control, how it's, anyway, it'll come to me. Yeah, so that's how I was raised. Like, we don't talk about it. You keep it to yourself, keep your mouth shut. But that's also a form of control manipulation too, right? I needed to tell someone like, hey, something's going on at home and I don't feel safe.
Yeah.
Right? So I can get help. I was too scared. And then I didn't know I could get help. I didn't know I could talk about these things.
Yeah.
And then eventually I didn't know I didn't have to use. I didn't know. I had to hear that at a meeting. Someone had to point at me and look at me and say, Lisa, you never have to pick up again.
Yeah.
And that just like broke me.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I had a dream about that, about using. And I was in the bathroom, like I always was when I'd get high, in a bathroom or in a closet, because I was one of those.
I was commenting on that because anytime my mom or my sister was like in the bathroom for plus 10 minutes, I was like, fuck, dude.
Yeah, because I was one of those addicts towards the end, especially.
Liar.
Once I learned that my landlord worked for the feds, that's when the psychosis really hit me hard. Oh yeah, I thought there were cameras, and I started hearing shit, seeing shit. I was fucked. I was so fucked. So I would like get high.
That's the tweaker in you, dude.
Yes,
that's me too.
It got bad. But it wasn't until I learned that.
11
so
years of sobriety. Check my cameras like I'm still smoking meth, dude.
I still check my rearview mirror to see if someone's tailing me.
God damn it,
it's never
me too.
Gonna go away
I know.
instantly.
I know. It's like there's like I'm in a cul-de-sac in a nice part of town in Northwest Reno, and I'm like, I've never seen that fucking car before, and I will go walk down there and go look in that fucking car. You know what I mean? I do not give a fuck.
But you're not crazy to think that way, because I had to tell somebody recently, like, I live in a nice neighborhood. Where do you think the robbers go?
That's right.
They're not going to fucking Sundown.
It is a pro to be vigilant, but hyper vigilant. I don't need to memorize people's license plates.
Yeah.
No.
That's, so somebody told it to me. So here's what's funny is because I got some of that happening because I have some affiliations, right? And I am who I am, and it's not going to change. And there's some people that would want to hurt me, right? And I remember when I called my sponsor one time, and I'm like, dude, I swear to God, there's people following me. And he's like, man, you're just not as important as you think you are.
I learned that too.
And then there was somebody following me. You know what I mean? And I was like, you're fucking wrong, dog.
Yeah.
But in general, his point, I'm saying that was the exception. But the rule is that we're really not that important.
I met so many people who were the opposite. They're like, I didn't give a fuck who saw me.
Nah.
They were just
I don't
twirling a
give
pipe
a
in
fuck.
front of cameras,
that's
fucking
it too.
smoking dope and out in the street.
I don't know what
they didn't
I was
give
such
a I was
I
terrified.
think it was just reinforced to me
terrified.
that what I was doing was so wrong. You know what I mean?
I'd never been in any trouble. I have no criminal background. I'm a fucking square.
Yeah.
I hung out with really rough people because I was from a square ass town. You know, and I didn't feel safe with my dad. So I'm like, how am I going to hang out with people? Or how am I going to feel safe in life? Let's go hang out with killers and drug dealers and car thieves and gangbangers. And I was the square they'd let tag along because I had a driver's license and I knew how to roll a good blunt.
There you go.
And I could be a lookout.
That is a skill.
They taught me how to evade the police in a car really well.
Sure.
Made me an exceptional Lyft driver, I must say so.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm not angry at any of the skills. I'm not ashamed of any of my story. I'm really glad that I've been through what I've been through.
Being a tweaker made me the most resourceful motherfucker ever. Dude.
Do you know that?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Like, you're going to figure out a way.
Yeah.
You're going to figure out a way.
The one habit that burdens me that I cannot break, and this is so simple, but it is genuinely because I would fucking drink and drive everywhere or be high and drive everywhere.
Yeah.
I still, to this day, will never, you will never see me touch the freeway, touch the highway.
Take the roads.
I can get anywhere in town.
On the back roads.
Anywhere in town you want to go.
So if I need a getaway driver, I'm calling you.
And I know every street. I grew up here, but it's a fuck, and it pisses me off because I'll be late somewhere. And then when I pull in, I'm like, it's because you fucking took Gregg Street to get to Spanish Springs, and like it's fucking the most.
Took the whole McCarran Loop, motherfucker. Yeah.
It's funny.
Well, I'll never drive on like a surface road. Like I'll never drive on it's only surface roads.
Is that a drinking and driving thing? I wasn't driving when I was on drugs.
It was for me.
Because you don't want to get hit by CHP.
No, because I was 21 and I didn't have a car.
Well, no, I mean, it was for me.
John.
I was like, I'm just gonna drive
John,
every fucking back street.
Yeah.
To get everywhere I
Good
go.
to know, bro. Yeah.
And it's because I didn't get a car till I was 18.
I didn't get a car until 4 months before I crashed it.
Nice.
And got sober.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't think about that. That is, and you still drive the back roads, huh?
Oh, everywhere. Crazy, everywhere. Bro. Like to this day, everywhere.
You couldn't do that anywhere else but here.
The other night, we were leaving fucking El Dorado, the boxing match, and they were dropping me back off at the gym right down the street. I'm like, why the fuck do you just, like, in my head, I'm like, just get on fucking Virginia and take 30,000 stoplights to get there. And he gets on the freeway. We were there in 10 minutes, and I was so irritated that he took the freeway, but we were there in less than 10 minutes. I was like,
You're an addict, dog. Yeah. That's what it is.
I pushed myself to drop some of those things. But as, like, a woman, right, when I get home from work and stuff at night, I'm like, it's important to know if someone's tailing me or not. Pay attention, know where to go, know where to stop, know how to break a tail, right?
Yeah.
Know where the local fire department is.
Know what, if they follow you after, 3 right turns? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely.
I get it. That's a level, me and John talked about that the other day. That's a level of paranoia that I don't think we can't fathom. Right, you know what I mean? Because we're the creeps, right? You know what I mean? Like we've been the guy.
You know what I mean?
I've never followed anybody.
I've never followed anybody a day in my life. Don't ever.
But I pulled my girl out of parties and I've done that. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, like, I know that that's a real thing.
Yeah.
And it's
good to be aware.
I couldn't imagine
getting
that.
in your car, getting out of your car in a parking lot, get your nose out of your phone. Like you're an easy target, knowing how not to look like a target.
Yeah. I know.
I pay attention, but I also work at not being hyper vigilant because it eats away at my mental health. If I'm trying to memorize people's license plates, I'm starting to feel like a fucking
okay, because I do that.
I don't have the mental capacity to do that.
I shouldn't say this on, but my wife, if she was going to get, like, she'd be the easiest target because she's so fucking oblivious, right? I'm just like, that car's been following us since Golden Valley, and she's like, oh, what? I'm like, that one, you know, like she has no. It's like, you're gonna get.
I can have a car
kidnapped
in front of me get off the freeway, but if we got on the same exit, I have to take a different route. I have to take a different route. I don't trust them.
This is just tweaker paranoia shit, y'all.
I just had to explain this the other day, and this is a man thing primarily. But no, it is. But a girl asked me. She was like, you know what? It was Kylie. Kylie asked me. She was like when men walk into rooms, do they really like size the whole room? I'm like, oh,
I can beat him up. I can beat him up. I can beat him up.
That's the first thing. Before you say hi, before you shake hand, if it's a room I've never been in, or I know there's strangers there.
Such a different experience.
When I walk into that room, when I walk into the place,
it's like prison.
When I walk into the place, we go every time. That's the first thing I do. Where am I going to sit? Who can I beat up?
Assess.
Who can I beat up? Who's got a gun?
And if there's more men in here that I can beat, I have to leave.
Yeah.
I can't be in
here. That's wild.
I can't be in here.
And on the other side of that is like,
she was like, is that a real thing? She was like, that's a real thing? And I'm like, every room, every restaurant, everywhere, everywhere.
For me, I just walk in. I'm like, who do I get to bless with my cuteness today?
There you go.
Who do I have to avoid contact?
That is a luxury.
I would love those problems. Oh my God.
I would like to not be able to have my back.
And are there any cute women in here that I want to
there you go.
give a compliment to?
There you go.
We're just creeps.
I can't have my back. I can't have my back to a door at a restaurant. Like, I will wait for a table before I have my back to a door.
Oh, see, I used to have to be able to see the door.
Yeah.
But now I don't.
Do you know the most terrifying?
That's the hypervigilance.
Yeah. That is good. That is
Walmart is the most terrifying place on the planet.
Walmart?
Because of all the fucking shootings.
Super overstimulating. I've been there 6 times in the past week, so I feel like I've mastered it, but it is really overstimulating.
No, it is. It is purely because of the shooting stuff that's been
in Walmart.
No, just in.
I'm so desensitized because my business is on 4th Street.
There's been a lot of rapes in the Supercenter, their parking lots, in the back corners.
Who's just out raping at Walmart?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's a clip.
Well, there's out at night.
I didn't mean to make it sound okay. I'm sorry.
If you don't say
the parking lots are massive.
Who's just out here raping?
I did a report when I was in junior college about the negative effects, economic effects, and other negative effects of Super Wally worlds.
Yeah, Walmart's a fucking close.
Oh, dude, I went to
giant parking lots are a
Walmart.
problem apparently.
I went to Walmart.
Oh, that totally.
Not in Nevada with your excellent gun laws, man. I just want to say thank you.
I went to Walmart.
Hold on. Before we talk about, I just watched this thing about guns in Nevada. Now that you mentioned it,
Pew, pew.
and it was a British podcast, right, similar to ours, and they were talking about guns, and they were talking to an American. And
I'm already laughing.
Yeah, it was so great. It was so funny because it's like so normal, right? It's like who fucking cares? And these British people were like, "Are you one of those Americans that like has guns?" And he goes, "What are you talking about?" Like he's like, "Well, are you like a Republican with guns?" He's like, "No, I'm a Democrat with guns. I'm a Democrat in California with guns." And he's like, "Well, what are you talking? Like, how do you think that's okay?" He's like, "Dude, I've got a downstairs toilet bathroom gun. I've got a laundry room gun.
This is great.
I've got an attic gun."
There's a lot
like,
of staging.
You know what I mean? Like, and I was
staging.
like, that I relate to a little bit. I thought that was just so funny.
It's weird in the UK how they like think that we're bad for it, which I get. It's like the media and how they've been programmed. But I asked my friend,
they're going
whose
on
house
stabbing freeze in Europe.
Right, exactly. So I asked my friend who's from Scotland. He lives in England.
Okay.
And I asked him. I said, "What would you tell your son to do if someone tried to rape him?"
Well, first of all, Scotland's the wrong one. Scotland people think like us.
No, Sweden.
Well,
Sweden has
he's
guns.
Scottish, but he lives in England.
Yeah, but
right?
Scottish hate English. You know,
you're missing the point.
I get it. Okay, my bad.
My point is like, yes and no.
Yeah.
Like when you go to Scotland, like you just automatically feel like there's less stress, right?
Totally.
You go to Switzerland, there's no weapons there, right? But there's still rape there.
No, Switzerland.
So how do you defend yourself?
Switzerland?
There's no weapons in Switzerland.
So Sweden.
No,
Switzerland.
yeah, she's right.
It's Switzerland.
No. Sweden has everybody has a gun.
Not
No,
Sweden.
Switzerland. Germany, Switzerland.
Two different countries.
Yes, Switzerland, Germany, the whole European Union.
But I asked him.
Yeah.
So what do you tell your son to do?
Sweden has
if
guns.
someone tries to rape him?
Yeah.
And he just gave me a blank stare. He didn't like that question. He's helpless.
Well, here's the other problem with that.
And I'm not saying guns are necessarily the answer, but as a woman,
Do you want to be able to pop off on social media if you want? If you want, I don't think you're that person.
I don't really pop off.
Me neither. I don't
not
think you're
here
that
for that.
person. But if you wanted to,
Pop off about what?
anything.
There you go.
Just rant? That's
No,
what
I
a
was right.
therapist is
I was
for.
right. Thank you.
Oh, Switzerland has
No, they're
you're
like pro guns.
Oh,
I
Switzerland's
watched a
all
documentary
pew-pew, that
where
pew-pew
they're so good with guns.
What?
Yeah, dude,
There you
they have the most bunkers in the
Owned
world.
by civilians?
They have
also
the most-
have a large population of millionaires, and none of them own homes. I just wanted to add that. They all rent for life.
There you go.
Yep.
But no, they're like a heavily armed because they're neutral. They're neutral, and so
I knew that
they
they're
have
neutral.
they have the most bunkers in the world for
You
their
don't even
citizens.
need a license for a gun?
No, I was
moving to
watching a
Switzerland.
documentary, and they have a gun range.
About 27 and a half guns for every 100 people.
They have a gun range. One of their most popular gun ranges, literally where you shoot and where the targets are over a fucking highway.
Let's go. Let's make it a guy's trip. I'm down.
Yeah.
Take me with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're not
But
playing.
what I'm getting out with England.
Sorry,
is,
go ahead.
How did we get on this topic?
Oh, because so what I'm getting at with England is they're going to jail for Facebook posts.
Oh yeah, you go. So
England's going to jail?
Yeah, people in England will go to
Oh.
jail for criticizing people.
censorship.
we're the only country.
That's crazy.
We're the only country in the world with a free speech law. The
Like-
only one.
Free
Like
speech is
real
important
free
to me.
speech though, like
Yeah.
real, like you can say whatever the fuck, which is important, right?
important.
To be able to criticize or
Yeah.
or whatever,
Talk
it
shit.
is fucking important,
I wanted
right?
to pop off. I see
Yeah,
what you're saying.
that's what I'm getting at. Is you shouldn't go to fucking jail for that,
No.
right? And I don't care.
God, no.
I'd
have a big problem with that.
my political views are all over the place. I am on no side of the spectrum, but I think it's so important that anybody gets to be able to say whatever the fuck
I've
they
fallen
want.
out
Yeah.
with like immediate family members because
That's so
I,
silly.
I defended another family member for
Their right
their
to say
right
whatever.
to say whatever they wanted.
Do you know?
It got violent.
My
you go.
my
Yeah, yeah.
opinion
Yeah, I'm
on
like,
my opinion on the First
peace
Amendment.
out.
I heard a guy talking about it, and it resonated so well with me. He said, "The First Amendment's so important is because you need to hear the wrong side of the argument.
Totally.
You need to hear the people that talk like in a horrible way about other people. You need to hear the people with the violent rhetoric. You need to hear
Yep.
the people that are racist and all these things, because so you know who they are.
It's an example. Oh,
So-
that's true.
so you
okay,
know who
they're
they are.
exposing themselves.
You know, and,
yeah.
and it lets you form.
Otherwise-
It lets you form a good moral opinion about the because you hear when people can express themselves.
You're safe because people are exposing the truth about themselves, so you can know who they are, and you're also being given an example, and you get to choose who you do and do not want to be like.
Exactly.
I agree.
So the trash is just as important.
For sure.
Exactly.
I keep it close to my chest just because, like we've talked about, I'm an ex-tweaker and I don't have the fucking answers, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like my opinions are my own, but it's also like the people that have been around me and whatever their opinions are theirs because of their nature, their nurture, you know, their upbringing that we're not going to share. I've got a black little sister and I've got totally opposite side of the spectrum country siblings that live, you know what I mean, in Montana, right? You know, those people aren't going to think the same. They're going to have experiences that aren't the same. So how could we possibly, but should they be able to have their own opinion and do whatever they want? I think that the cool part back in the day is it was like taboo to talk about your political stance and like who you voted for in the election. It was like private. It was like how much money you had in your bank account, right?
I want to talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. So it's like one of those things. It's like I think about that and I'm like, man, maybe they were onto something a little bit. You know what I mean? It was like, you know.
You lose some friends talking about that.
Exactly. I think that's so silly.
This is crazy.
And that's why, and the other thing is I'm getting at is I'll have anybody on the show and I will not talk about this.
Self-defense is not considered a valid reason for ownership. So,
this is Sweden. They do not consider self-defense a valid reason to own a gun.
Whoever wrote that has never like had a daughter, sister, wife, niece, granddaughter raped.
Well, here's
before.
the problem with why Sweden doesn't fuck with it. They're literally the fucking Vikings that were axing motherfuckers up in pieces. How are they not fucking pro-gun? You know what I mean?
Maybe they don't need guns. They just use axes.
So they
what is their rape? What is their rape rate in Sweden?
Here's
is this really what this has gotten into?
I had a friend who they sponsored a family from Sweden, and they would come just for like school stuff. So they would come down and hang out, and they became really good friends with their family over the years. And their parents were talking about when, you know, the good old US of A started expressing its democracy in the Middle East, you know, there's a mass migration of refugees that are going into Europe. And a lot of these people are, you know, they're stabbing people. But anyway, they were like, growing up, we literally didn't have locks on our doors, you know, and they live in like a countryside.
So people were just nice.
And, no rape. They were just like coexisting. So this might have made sense. Now, there's so many refugees and foreign nationals that just do not, I'm not saying that they're bad people, they just do not live like you.
Yeah. And
it's different. And they have nothing and they're coming in and they like, it's a dangerous fucking place to live there now. And the fact that it says self-defense is not a considered, and this is from their code of law here that you can't see it, but it's so self-defense is not considered a valid reason for ownership. So it's like, you're just like, what, you know, like,
and I was worried about going off on tangents. You guys are fucking awesome.
Sorry, dog.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
This is great.
It's common sense in politics. I don't know why they get so.
I don't know. Well,
control.
I'm glad that we're here right now. That's
Me too.
all
I'm
say.
having a great time.
I mean? So
I'm having a great time.
Good. I'm glad.
See. We talked about like why I got clean. We
Yeah.
talked a little bit about why I used because I was lonely. I used because I wanted to fit in. I used because I wanted to get out of self. I used because that's how I coped with life and I wanted to numb.
Yeah.
I used when life was going great. I used when life was going bad. I used when I wouldn't get chosen to be hung out with by my ex-boyfriend. I used because I needed to get through life. I remember the first time I was like clawing at the walls because I couldn't find any more. I was like, fuck, I think I have a problem.
Damn.
I always thought I could quit.
Yeah.
I could just stop. It was just for fun.
So you were sober you were clean for a while without working a program.
Yes, I would abstain.
Was that about the worst fucking thing ever or what?
No.
No, you still got better because you weren't using.
The relationship would get better and he'd want to hang out with me. It was really easy for me to just not want to use. I'd sleep it off for a couple days or a couple weeks because every time getting clean was different. And then I'd get back to regular life with him.
Yeah.
But as soon as but that's not even true. Well, yes and no. Alcohol definitely made me want to get high.
Right. That's me too.
Like one of the only times I drank and drove, I was wasted.
Oh my God.
I was fucking high as a kite.
Yeah.
And that was what was cool. Like I'd go get wasted and then I'd go get high and I wouldn't be wasted anymore.
Sorry.
Swedish rape crisis is getting worse. That's so fucked up that we're laughing. But I'm saying, okay, and my ex taught me this. Gun rights are women's rights.
Fuck yeah, they are. There's no.
I believe in it. And I don't want to get into that argument. I don't want to get into that argument.
No, it's not an argument.
I don't like proving points and shit. I'm not that smart.
No, it's not.
But
this
is how I feel. Sweden rape, most convicted attackers foreign born, says TV.
Did you see how quickly our common sense just kicked in and we were right?
Just saying. You're saying not all refugees are bad people, but they don't live like the other people. And ever since, look, you could see it. The past 5 years were born. About 58% of men convicted in Sweden of rape and attempted rape over the past 5 years were born abroad, according to data from Swedish national TV.
60% is pretty much everything.
Yeah. That's all of them.
So I wonder if their gun laws are going to change.
Look at this.
Because grandma's getting raped.
Okay. Well.
Right, and
that's not a cultural thing. That's a location thing, right? That's just because of where Afghanistan is too.
And it does boil down to they don't live. They don't live the same way as other people do.
But I do. But all I'm getting at is
that's too bad.
Republican,
Poor
Democrat.
Sweden.
My mom,
Poor Sweden.
My beautiful mother, who is a staunch liberal Democrat, taught me how to shoot a shotgun and field strip a 9mm before I was 12 years old.
Okay,
you know what I mean? I really value and respect firearms. I took a firearms and self-defense class when I was in my early 20s. And that made me really realize how much respect there needs to be. That's important. Education,
right?
Like how to handle what it is, what it's for, what it's not for, right?
People who use their guns to hunt are less likely to fucking kill people with them because they see the repercussions.
Well, that's what my mom always thought. She's like, I'd rather you know what it is.
Yeah.
How to use it.
I find hunters to be very respectful.
Totally.
And they actually all tend to be like conservationists too.
They are.
They're never knew that. They really care about nature and preserving their where they harvest meat. They care a lot about pollution and people going and lighting fires or whatever. Sure. Like they care a lot because that's where they get their food from.
Yeah. Well, I find that people that buy their this
clueless.
is way too blanket,
Packaged
but
clueless.
But like you've heard a lot of people interview
I actually aspire to learn to hunt. Because I wish to
know about it.
Greater respect for the food.
Totally. Yeah.
And I think it's weird when people are like, oh, but you're not letting that animal live its life to full term. Are we letting cows? Have you ever seen how a cow lives?
Yeah.
A deer. If you could interview a cow or a deer. That were both killed.
Hold on.
You got an interview with a deer?
No, hold on.
Maybe not pasture raised cows.
No, you're talking to somebody who grew up on cow-calf ranches.
What are you talking about?
Are your cows happy cows?
They're the
I'm talking about the cows out in Coalinga on the way to Los Angeles, driving the 5 from San Francisco. Those cows are not happy cows.
Here's the
pasture cows, different story.
Here's the thing.
He did live in a huge
here's the thing. If it wasn't for human intervention, and I'm not going to get into how they die because I don't give there's going to be a guy that hunts an elk with a bow. That watches an elk fucking walk off 500 yards and bleed to death and say that was a good death versus a cow getting put through a chute and a bolt ran through its face. It's relative.
Okay, that's fair.
They're fucking dying. At the end of the day, we kill them to eat them. But cows are the dumbest fucking thing. God
damn it!
They are not that dumb.
They're the
sweet.
dumbest fucking things
but they're
on
very
planet.
sweet.
They're not.
They know more. They know more than you fucking think.
They're not.
They know that all their family members are going into that weird little room and come out gone.
They're not sweet.
I don't know.
They're not sweet.
That's
when they're
not
babies,
true. I've met very
sweet.
sweet cows. They want to lick you and stuff.
Yeah?
I like cows.
Because they're fucking dumb.
I'm on both sides because I really think cows are cute and I'll pet a cow. And
I've also met really aggressive cows.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, the cows that I worked with, the pasture cows, those cows that get limited human interaction will fucking kill you.
Yes. That reminds me of the cows out on the hiking trails out in the Bay Area.
If it wasn't for human intervention, cows could not live on this continent.
Yeah.
They're not from this continent. We brought them over from Europe.
So how do we rein it back in? Now that we've talked about rape in Sweden.
Do cows smoke crack?
We need a Google search. Bing it. Okay. I'm bringing it back in.
Bay Area,
I'm bringing cow rape. Cow rape in Sweden.
I've seen a lot of bulls raped.
Most animal
Yeah. Yeah, rape.
activity is rape.
Yeah. We know. We all know where that's happening.
Yeah.
You know?
There's not a lot of consent in the animal kingdom.
Fuck no, there's not.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, unless you're a bonobo. Do you guys know what bonobos are?
No.
Okay, I'll let you Google that later.
Here's to close out on your discussion of
let's close it out.
Of the conservation and hunters. This is where a majority of the money comes from to conserve our land in this country.
Wow.
Is through
firearms, ammunition, and archery.
There's a tax on everything that you buy, like
another reason
gun wise,
and that tax goes to wildlife conservation.
All of it. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, which it should. It makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
Smart.
Like the gambling tax here goes to pay for our kids' education
and roads.
Did you know that?
Hey, look at that.
Yeah. Tobacco tax here pays for scholarships for college for kids here.
So start gambling, people.
Yeah. Please come to Nevada. Please gamble. Please don't stay.
Please don't stay. Go home. We don't want you here.
Yeah.
Now that I live here, I don't want you here.
We want you here. Yeah. But nobody else, dog. You know?
I am staying.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, why did I use, and then why did I get clean? I like to answer this question. What changes have I had to make in order to be okay and get ahead? I've had to cut off most of my family.
Yeah.
Immediate.
I know.
I talked to my sister.
We talk about that a lot.
Barely. It is what it is. That's fine. I love all of them. But as a 40-year-old woman saying that she feels safe for the first time in her life, that's a big fucking deal. And I didn't know that I didn't feel safe until I packed all my shit in a U-Haul without telling anybody. Yeah. And I drove through the Sierras in the snow and moved to another state.
Right.
And no one knew where I lived.
No, I totally get that.
Then I felt safe.
Yeah.
And no one was like looking for me. No one was coming for me. But there had been some things that had happened between me and an immediate family member that erupted in violence. And I felt unsafe in my home because I lived like 12 minutes away from them. I didn't know that I was harboring those feelings.
Damn.
Until I moved to Reno and nobody knew that I was gone. Mm-hmm. That was the first time I felt safe. And it's not an easy decision to make. I'm fucking selfish.
Yeah.
Family.
Well, you need to be selfish. You need to be selfish.
So
the first year of recovery, I always say, like you were talking about with your chips, is for you to be 100% selfish. Right?
Yeah. Be
your
greedy.
keychains, those first keychains, until you get a 1 year, those are all for you. But everything after your year, that's for everyone else, right? That's so when somebody sees you take a 2 year, go, she had the exact same story as me. I've gone through almost everything she's gone through in the same way. And I got sober, and she can do it. I can do it. So that's why it's for everyone else, right? So that's what I always say.
It's not easy. Like,
and it's okay to be selfish in early recovery.
It is.
Yeah.
And I'm not being over dramatic. I'm literally telling you that I have had to do this to save my own life.
Right.
Because family kept me sick for a long time.
Right.
I wanted to die. I didn't want to be alive a lot of time. I used because I wanted to punish those people that had hurt me. And I thought if I overdosed or if I died using, that's how I would get back at these people who hurt me.
Yep.
Now I recognize, like, holy shit, I need to save my life. I need to step away.
That tracks.
I've stepped away.
Yeah.
And I am no longer perpetuating any forest fires.
No.
Right?
That totally makes sense.
And I can love from a distance. I can forgive. Another thing that comes with the step work. I don't fucking hate any of these people.
Right.
I love them.
That's the biggest relief.
Parts
in my opinion.
me miss them.
Not hating
that is a huge relief.
Forgiveness is a very selfish act.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want to carry around this hate and this resentment. You didn't know any better.
Yeah.
You were scared. You were acting out.
Yeah.
Letting people get better too, and not hating them through it.
Yeah. I'm going to let you get better, but I can't be here for this.
Cool.
And I still love you so much.
Yeah.
And I pray to God one day we can reconcile.
Yeah.
Reconcile.
Yeah.
Why did I pronounce it weird?
No, I totally get what you're saying.
We can. I do hope
for
for that, but I feel peace. I feel safe, and I feel like I've been able to get ahead. I feel like I've been able to clear my head, do some serious work.
Yeah.
I've had to become very selective about who I associate with.
Good.
I've had to establish some really good boundaries.
Yeah.
I've had to do lots of therapy. I've gotten to do lots of therapy. I love recovery so much. So when I came here the second time around and I was getting loaded, coming to meetings, I was fucking twacked. Like, psychosis is real. I'm talking about sleep deprivation, starvation, dehydration, crystal meth induced psychosis. I'm going to try to impersonate what I sounded like. I could not speak.
Yeah.
I couldn't fucking speak. I'd lost my ability to read. I'd lost my ability to write.
Oh, you just had a stroke.
She just got right. She just had a stroke. No,
I was fucking sick.
Yeah,
and to be able to go from that to hosting an international online marathon meeting.
Wow.
Right, going and speaking at conventions.
Yeah,
hosting meetings, speaking at meetings, and being invited to speak on a podcast. It is a fucking miracle.
Yeah, that doesn't make you a person of recovery. That makes you a fucking astronaut, dude. So you should be proud of yourself. You know what I mean?
We're blasting off. Here we go.
That is cool.
So, and everybody heals differently. Like, I did a lot of damage to my neurology.
Yeah.
And the neurons are the most specialized cells in the body, and they take a long time to heal if they heal.
No, that's what's cool about that is they can.
They can.
Yeah.
If you give yourself a chance. This is what I've had to do to give myself a chance.
Real.
I'm really selective about being on my phone. And now I'm getting to fine tune, because I've given myself a break. I don't have to participate. I've learned that there's better out there for me.
Ditching the FOMO, that's so sweet.
Yeah, the FOMO's hard. That's still hard. I got 11 years of sobriety.
It's
still hard.
The joy of missing out.
For sure.
Because I have so much faith.
Yeah.
If something didn't work out for me, it was not intended for me. I didn't miss out on anything.
Yeah.
And I've made such a peaceful, harmonious life for myself at home, alone with my cat.
Yeah.
I'm not missing anything.
I hear you.
I'm at home enjoying my nice-ass fucking apartment that I worked my ass off for, that I've made sacrifices for, that I've pivoted in careers to make a better life for myself, create some emotional, mental, physical, financial stability for myself. This is the most stable I've ever been.
Right.
I feel fucking great. Yeah. The things that I'm working on today, finance and fitness. I'm 40 years old. That's all I give a fuck about.
Right.
Money and my body.
Cool.
Right now, I'm actively breaking sugar habit. I love sugar. I love candy bars. I have since I was a little kid. My nanny would spank me, and then she'd be scared of my dad coming home and finding me crying.
So she gave you candy.
And she'd be like, you want to go to the store and get a couple candy bars? And I'd be like, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I love candy bars.
I would have worked that system. I'd piss her off just to take me to go get some candy, dude. I
wasn't thinking that far ahead. So I'm also working at repairing my gut lining.
Yep.
And because I just moved, I am for the first time attempting to completely organize my entire home.
Right.
I got really emotional during this process, and I realized that this is like some deep healing that I'm doing, because as a kid, with no mom around, my room was always chaos.
Yeah.
And then when I got into my addiction, I could never find anything, because there'd just be heaps of clean laundry in baskets, and I'm digging. There was constant digging through hordes. I had too much stuff, no organization, right? I didn't know where anything was. That causes a lot of stress in one's life.
Yeah.
Even like a junk drawer.
Yeah.
My friend calls them doom drawers.
Oh, I got two.
Right? So whatever you see in that drawer translates into the mind. Whereas if you're seeing a clear, decluttered, organized space, that translates into the mind.
You've heard the term, if your house is in order, right? Like, you can't transmit what you don't have unless your house is in order.
So
that to me is literal and spiritual as well. Right?
I've always felt kind of immature, because not that my space was like necessarily like disgusting.
It was cluttered.
It was cluttered or disorganized.
Totally.
Right? I could put things away, but I'd never really consolidated everything. So I'm attempting at organizing my entire home, and I'm doing it because I've just moved. And this is the time.
Would you talk to my wife?
Hire me. So now, all I want to talk about is gut health, financial health, and organizational storage containers.
Algorithms, all really healthy stuff lately. That's good. That's really cool.
Yes.
That's how you know there's a shift happening in your life.
There's been
when there's home and garden reels on Instagram playing.
It's been tiny homes.
Yeah.
I've been watching
tiny
homes on the weekends. It's all right. The organization. So let's see.
Because you have to be so organized in those tiny little houses. I love that.
The most, right?
Yeah.
So I went from never being
in a tent.
You want to live in a tent?
I said I'd rather live in a tent.
Yeah, I totally feel that. I couldn't
convince Chris to get homeless last night.
I aspired to be homeless when I was towards the end of my tweaking, because that would be the only way I could confirm that there were no cameras in my home.
Get the fuck out of here.
I wanted to live in a tent towards the end of my using.
You're just like me. Yeah,
Can you imagine?
I do. I live that way.
And now I
was homeless. at 18.
I aspired to be homeless.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I would do it if I
did
had a
it
buddy
so
to do
good,
it with
dude.
me.
I was so resourceful. I was like, because I'm also an Eagle Scout, right? So then I
that's
knew
really helpful.
all the
you
shit
knew
to
how to
do.
build fires.
Yeah,
the teepee,
everything.
the lean-to, or the log cabin.
No, I had a tent. I had a nice tent.
No, how to build a fire.
And I also was
structures.
still for sure. I can do all. You're talking about fires for sure.
Yeah.
But I also was like very manipulative, right? So I would use,
of course,
relationships and like.
I could see
I'd
that
have
for you.
4 or 5 girlfriends, and I'm who's?
Oh, I did that before I identified as an addict.
In retrospect,
they were called.
It still makes me
breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
There you go. And then guess where I'm sleeping tonight, right? Guess who's driving me to where I got to go tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how I know what relationships I don't want, because I was the friend I wouldn't want, right? I wouldn't want me as a friend then, but I would love me as a friend now.
Oh, you're lucky if I'm your friend today. And I'm not saying that from a place of arrogance. I have fucking done the work. I literally have people tell me, I need you as my best friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love where I am. I love where I'm going. I have unlimited potential. I'm currently living a dream that I created for myself about 5 years ago. Well, longer than that. But anyway, and I'm just enjoying being in that dream while knowing that there's going to be a new dream soon, and enjoying kind of dibble-dabbing in what each one of those different dreams could look like.
Yeah.
Right? Until I find something that works for me.
Yeah.
But with no sense of urgency, because I love where I'm at.
Yeah.
So I went from not being able to leave from hiding behind the shower curtain or my armoire because I thought there were cameras and that was the only safe space I could smoke dope. Right. I almost lit myself on fire once getting high under a blanket.
You smoked dope in Narnia?
I actually met someone who said that their kid or something lit themselves on fire because they were smoking dope under a blanket, and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I almost lit myself on fire.
Damn.
Because I thought there were cameras in my room.
Yeah.
I went from that to speaking the way that I do.
Yeah.
This year I switched apartments. I bought a car by myself.
Yeah.
Last time boyfriend had to do it and boyfriend's mom paid for it. This time I had the money. I went in there. How intimidating to go into a car dealership by myself.
I get it.
I hated it.
You gained a level of independence.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm still learning how to be totally okay by myself.
For sure.
And I'm mastering it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I have a really great life. No matter what creeps in and whatever stress or whatever insecurity I'm going through at that moment, all any one of my friends have to do, if we're on the phone and I'm expressing in like distress or whatever, all they have to do is say, Lisa, remember. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm killing it. I'm doing it.
There's an old saying where they talk about, this is what, some people call nesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you're cleaning, you're nesting, right? You're cleaning your space.
So much fun.
And you're organizing your space. Those things happen sometimes in our lives, and it feels almost subconscious for the reason why it's different times a year when we start organizing and cleaning our homes. Mm-hmm. And usually when you'll get that feeling, it's an old, I can't remember the saying because it's really pretty, but that something is making its way to do something else in your life, right?
I believe that 1,000%. It's true. Yeah. If I hold on to these tattered socks with holes in them, or these old pants, or I'm telling the universe that this is okay for me.
Yeah.
Versus if I get rid of those things, it's making space for better stuff,
better
things.
things.
And I also like to think that for me personally, and I know that I'm perfectly lovable and worthy of a healthy relationship right now as I am, but there's just certain things I want to get dialed in.
Cool.
I want to be an organized person.
For sure.
There was something always kind of immature about the way that I kept my home. Like I had a lot of potential, but that fine tuning that I'm getting to do now. The same thing with my finances. I've always just wanted to marry someone and let them take care of the money. That's where I came from.
I hear you.
Right? You deal with it. I still would love if someone would do it for me, but I'm having to learn, right? And because I'm making better money now, I care more. Right now I'm working, I've been actively tracking my expenses. I want to know where my money's going. Like I invest, and I want to do better than my dad and have a really great retirement for myself, right?
Yeah.
Pay into that. I get to today. I wasn't thinking about any of this shit when I was getting loaded.
Yeah.
I couldn't even leave my house. This is what I'm getting to. I couldn't speak. I couldn't leave my house. I was seeing shit. I was hearing shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't read. Yeah. I couldn't write. I couldn't fucking speak.
Yeah.
I have everything I want now. I book flights. I've been to Europe. I jumped out of a plane in Hawaii. I do whatever I want. Every year I meet up with my best friend somewhere cool. She lives in Scotland. We're going to meet in Florida this year.
Right.
Like, I'm a good friend. I'm a great friend. I'm super thoughtful. I'm super caring. I'm a great listener. Like, I have a sponsee. I'm helping her work through her first set of steps. Like, I love where I am. I'm super, super blessed. My life is simple today. I start every morning with sunlight. I moved because my apartment didn't get sunlight. I am making decisions for myself and I'm taking action.
Yeah.
If I don't like something, I sit with it. I pray about it. I ask questions. I talk to my sponsor. I talk to my therapist. I ask questions in meetings.
Yeah.
That's the other great thing about being in recovery. I am plugged in to an infinite well of experience.
Well, what you're breaking down is the serenity prayer. Think about it. You know what I mean? It really is. You're just breaking.
I have the courage to change the things.
Yeah, for sure.
That whole thing.
That's the hard one.
Yes.
That's the hard one.
The courage, yeah.
Right.
It's easy
is
to
do
just
I know?
stay
Right. It's like
the grossness.
Yeah.
I'm unhappy here, but I know what to expect.
The hard one is the wisdom to know the difference, right?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like, do I know that this is changeable or not? Right.
I was unhappy in my home for 2 years, and I realized recently I was looking at myself in the mirror. I was probably brushing my teeth. I was like, maybe a part of me couldn't admit that I was unhappy, but because I switched states and I moved and I uprooted my life for the first time, like I lived in the same house till I was 27, and then I moved 12 minutes away, and I lived there for 10 years. Right. This is my first time leaving, and it's still only 3.5 hours away from home. But still, I literally uprooted my life. I didn't know anybody out here. If I admitted that I was unhappy in my home, I think a part of me would have felt like I failed at doing this and I'd have to figure out how to go back. But I sat with it and I was able to make a decision and I acted, and it was fucking hell. Moving sucks. Moving is fucking traumatizing, but I'm super proud of myself. And now look, every day I see my cat lay in the sun. I get sunlight every day. Like, what a game changer. It's quiet. There's no one living above me. I still have parts of those like, trauma response to bangs and thuds. And for me, like I would have a physical jerk reaction anytime I'd hear the upstairs neighbor. It was really overwhelming my nervous system. And so I fucking did something about it. I do things about problems today. I find solutions. If I don't like something, I don't fucking stay. If I don't like how you're treating me, you are not the one for me. I have chosen better. I have chosen myself. I have stepped away from my father. I have stepped away from my brothers. I have stepped away from everything that does not serve me. God has shown me where he wants me. God has shown me that there is people out there who aren't just going to tolerate me, who aren't going to give me backhanded comments, who aren't going to physically threaten me, right? I've been fucking selfish and I'm not sorry.
That's real.
I'm not sorry. People want to hear what I have to say. Women tell me, I want what you have.
There you go.
I get to help people today. I'm not ashamed about any part of my story.
Yeah.
I'm fucking excited about my life and where I'm at today.
I want to pull this up real quick. The transition from one season to another often brings with it a strong desire to clean and declutter our living spaces. This phenomenon is commonly referred to as seasonal cleaning and can be observed in many individuals, but when the weather begins to warm up or spring or cool down in the autumn, but why do we feel the sudden urge to clean everything as the seasons change? One key reason for the urge is the psychological impact of the seasons on our mood and motivation. As the days grow longer and the sun shines brighter in the spring, our spirits tend to lift. With this increased energy, we often feel compelled to refresh our environment, which leads to deep cleaning and organization. Similar feelings can accompany the autumn months when it is common to prepare our homes for the upcoming winter. In both cases, cleaning becomes a way to sync our internal state with the changes happening. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And that's literally what I do. I clean, I get my house ready for winter always. And I never really, I guess, thought that I guess that makes perfect sense. It's always what I do.
I have been entering a new season.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in the apartment that I was intended to be in. And I had to face a lot of fears. It's a little bit more expensive. Am I going to be able to make it?
Yeah.
I realized through the hypnotherapy that I did most recently, I was living with a lot of, there's all sorts of stuff we carry around inside that we could not even know is there.
Yeah.
I felt really inadequate. And I live with a lot of pressure. Yeah. Like I don't have husband's money. I don't have money from a partner. I don't have daddy's money. I'm doing this on my own.
Yeah.
I have a tremendous amount of support. Don't get me wrong. There have been countless hands involved in getting this woman to where she is today. I am eternally thankful, but it's up to me to keep it going every day. Like if I don't show up to work, right? If I don't clean the litter box, if I don't feed myself, like this is up to me. Yeah. So I live with a tremendous amount of pressure and I want to succeed. I want to be successful. I want to be wealthy. I want financial freedom. I want physical freedom. I want excellent relationships. relationships.
Yeah.
And I have those things. I'm creating those things. I'm building those things, and I work for it. But living in a space that you fucking hate is a big damper.
Oh, for sure.
It's it's a hardship.
Yeah.
And so once I was able to admit that and start asking questions and start talking about it, right? Keeping it to myself was never going to get, I can put up with this. Fuck that. There is too much abundance in the universe for me to put up with anything.
Yeah, I hear you. I totally
in relationships, in my home, with anything, in a job. I don't like it. I'm going to change it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes me a minute. I feel like I spent an appropriate amount of time in my home to say, we need to make a change.
Totally.
Right. And I did everything I possibly could to be happy in that home.
Yeah.
Now, like, I broke down the other night because I've just been like a tweaker, just dry tweaking, just putting things away and throwing things out. And where is this going to go? And get rid of this box. And like, I took a moment and I was like, it was such an instant shift from this really dark apartment to sunlight. And I just bawled.
Yeah.
I feel worthy of this apartment.
Good. There you go.
That's taken time to get there too, right? The self-worth, the self-value. I feel worthy of this apartment.
Yeah.
I'm going to be able to afford this apartment with effortlessness.
For sure.
Even just changing my inner dialogue, even just changing the way that I speak out loud. I just watched The Secret again. I don't know if you've watched it.
I haven't. No.
We are what we say, think, and feel.
There you go.
Right? So by saying what I don't want, I'm attracting more of it.
Got it.
So I'm saying what I do want.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I am worthy of this. Money comes to me often and effortlessly.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in a huge seasonal shift. It's perfect timing, and it's interesting that it happened end of winter, beginning of spring. Yeah. This is like the ultimate spring cleaning. And these are the fine-tuning things that I get to do for myself.
And it's cool if you take a step back real quick and just think about those lowest moments to here now, right? Jesus. And it seems like it's such a steep hill, right? But that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing.
It's been insane. I feel independent.
Yeah.
I don't need or want for anything.
That's real. Now it's time to clear the house to write some books, maybe.
Yeah. You know? Yes. Yeah. I have been told at least 3 times by God that I am to write a book.
The last time I wrote is I cleaned and I got organized. And that was the product of that organization.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I have this drafting table where I do all my writing, and I'm trying to decide if it's going to go in my living room or in my sitting room.
There you go. Definitely the sitting room.
I have my cat has her own bedroom.
Don't write where you sleep. Don't write where you eat. That's my only advice.
Perfect. Then it'll either be...
Because that way I can step into a different space and then
That's
I go.
Important.
And then it's what worked for me. Because when I tried to write where I slept, didn't work.
Oh.
When I tried to write where I ate, didn't work. The only place I could write was when I had a dedicated spot where I was like, this is a spot where I can kind of let my mind go blank a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I can see this happening for myself with the there's a blockage there. Yeah. Like, I'm musically inclined. I studied music theory for 5 years. Right. I aspire to pick instruments back up. I can write. I can read music. I can play by ear. I'm super creative. Right. I've started painting.
Right. What kind of music were you into?
Oh, in terms of playing?
Yeah.
When I studied, I was in marching band and symphonic band. So it was marching music and symphonic music.
Very cool.
What do I like to play? Oh, gosh, I don't know.
You're just going to leave that out there, Jacob?
Anything fun?
You're just going to leave that out there?
I don't know. Yeah, I was also in the drum line. I'm a jazz piano player.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not sure yet.
You should.
I like anything. Like, I like blues. I like funk. I like jazz.
Yeah. Jazz is my favorite.
You know, I'm
San Francisco is like Portland and the Bay. The Bay has just got so much good music.
Oh yeah, it's fun. Lots of creativity there.
Yeah, we got literally Mac Dre to Kehlani to.
I was obsessed with him when I was in high school. I cried when he died. Yeah. That's all I listened to.
Yeah. I liked Ecstasy, so I liked him. You know what I mean?
The first time I heard the Fizzle dance.
Yeah.
I was rolling balls, sitting bitch in the backseat of I don't know whose car.
For sure. Yeah.
Sucking on a pacifier.
I know,
and
the pacifier
I just leaned forward. I was like, what is this?
Yeah. Mac Dre's my guy.
I made them, and they were like, what? You've never, oh my God, I was such a.
When I got sober, I tried to listen to Mac Dre. I don't like him as much.
So now
I still like Mac Dre.
I love Mac Dre. I bawled my eyes out like I knew him. When he died,
he was a big
but that's what
Reno guy.
He loved to.
Reno.
I know, hot August. Like, it was a hot night.
Yeah.
And it is in fact humid.
Yeah.
On a hot night in August.
Can't be. Yeah.
I just want to say, that's a fact.
Yeah. He had 2 songs. He just mentions Reno.
But that's how he got in trouble too. They busted themselves out because they were all like bragging about the crimes they were committing in their raps
in Reno. Dude. Yeah,
well, it's just over the hill, so it makes perfect sense.
God damn, I wish we could pull up that.
So
song
now that I'm clean, and this was always the truth from the beginning, but there was a moment of disconnection from self.
Yeah.
Right. One of my greatest passions. I wrote a book when I was like 5. I still have it. I stapled it together. I cut apart a manila folder and cut out pieces of paper, and I wrote a book. I was a reader and a writer. I learned to read at 4 years old. My sister taught me. I was a proficient reader, excellent writer, but there was this time of disconnection from self, which is really important.
You know what you should do?
And now that I'm back, house music is my shit.
I love fucking house music, dude.
It's been that way from the beginning.
When I ride my, so it's so funny.
I'm obsessed.
So I ride my motorcycle in a group, in a pack, right? I'm a biker, right? Like I ride in a pack of the hardest fucking men you know. And what I really liked is listen to house and disco in my ears, right?
You love.
And then I'm like, and then one time we were riding in the back and we got somewhere and my earphones disconnected and it played on my speaker. And I'm like getting there and I'm like, right. And they're like, what the fuck are you listening to? You know what I mean? They're all listening to like heavy metal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm obsessed with house music. It's been really great
Out
to
in Reno at the
discover
Peppermill.
myself. Oh, he's looking at lyrics relating to Reno.
Real quick, John, while we're on the subject.
Not my job out in Reno at the Peppermill. Yeah. Not a direct, forget stupid, not a direct Reno name drop. Vegas, Reno.
Do you want to know where the fucking coolest poker game is in Nevada?
The Peppermill.
Yes,
4th
but
Street Live.
Do you know where? What Peppermill?
Oh, the one in fucking...
Dude,
in Baby.
I have played poker at every fucking place in Nevada, and I have got to tell you, my favorite poker game is in Wendover, dude. It was the hardest game. It's the most proficient players. It was like one table.
Do you know why?
Because they got guys from Utah and they got guys from Idaho.
But do you know
and
why?
Dudes that never played.
Do you know why?
I don't know.
Because where Wendover is, those guys are playing each other every.
Every one of them knew each other.
Oh
bro.
yeah,
and they fucking.
Oh, and you were the new guy.
By the time I was out, bro,
they teamed up on you.
They totally teamed up on me, and I knew it, bro. And I bluffed on like an ace high, and then they got me on a pair of queens, bro. I had a pair of queens. And a dude had, what did I? No, I sent you I texted you the hand. Yeah. He had trip queens, and I had he had trip queens, and I had 2 pair.
Yeah.
Trip queens and 2. Never in my life have I lost a hand.
Yeah.
On 2 pair. In my whole life. Growing up here.
My advice to anybody that's gonna go to a poker room anywhere in the country, and you're the new guy there, depending on the buy-in, but like if you're just playing like a fucking $2 unlimited or whatever.
Yeah.
Show up with $100.
The buy-in in Wendover was also $100. That's how I knew it was going to be a game.
Well, just act retarded
for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, and don't like. I went
in there and it was like I told him. I say every time I sit down at a new table, I say I've never played poker.
And where I fucked up is I showed up to a $2 unlimited with like $800 one night with our friend that all 3 of us know, and I got fucking hosed.
Yeah.
The whole table turned against me, and I got fucking obliterated.
Yeah, bro.
Dude,
they all turned against me, dude. They knew
I
was from out of town. They knew I was from Nevada, but they knew I was out of town, and every one of them, every hand.
Oh yeah, they're gonna call. And
I got
play
pushed
you on every
3 times by the time I sat on the table, bro. It was crazy.
I fucking hate poker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was traumatized.
You're just playing it wrong.
Fuck no, it's not.
Would you deal poker?
Yeah, come deal poker for us.
You gonna give me a lot of money? Yes.
You get tipped quite a bit. Yeah, we're looking for a dealer for this poker.
I'd have to learn.
It's not hard at all. It's not hard.
Dealing.
There's nuances.
We just give you a cheat sheet you can hold on your lap.
I could memorize it.
We all know what hands are winning.
That might be a good in on how to heal from that.
And you'll be mic'd up, so you can just.
You'll be mic'd up. You can talk shit to all these guys. Yeah, right here, dude. Yeah, that'd be tight.
I'm pretty well liked.
Yeah, you should do that.
I do well.
Yeah, we're gonna start doing. Like me. We're gonna have a live. This goes live on Wednesdays, but we're gonna do another live on Fridays where we are all sitting here
just talking shit, playing poker.
Absolutely,
that's cool.
Yeah, and there's other versions of that, but not like this one. So
that's
it'll
cool.
Be different. So, well, I really, really, really appreciate you coming on and being here with us. Like I said before we started, there's so many people that are gonna hear what you have to say in a place that they would have never heard it before. And it's going to change their perspective.
That's beautiful.
And there's a reason you made it through all the shit.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, it's like there's a reason you're here.
Absolutely.
And it's for situations. It's just like you said, it's either you're going to walk in my footprints or you're going to walk around it, right? And the people that are going to come behind you, they needed us to walk through the shit first.
Yeah.
So they didn't have to.
I used to curse being an addict, but I see that it's such a blessing, and it's how God's using me as an instrument.
So they don't have to be as bad.
I can reach a wider group of people.
Right.
People that I used to judge. Oh, I'd never used needles. I was never homeless. I used to talk shit. How people make money. I used to talk shit. And like God has humbled me every step of the way.
Yep.
And now I've lost all the shame and guilt. Now I could just connect with people. Because now when someone opens up to me about something they think I couldn't possibly understand, I can look at them in the face and say, me too.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
I have gained a lot in getting clean. And I just want to end with this. These are some of the things. I've lost a lot of shame and guilt. I've gained peace, sanity, a chance to thrive. I've been cured of complex post-traumatic stress disorder. I have a chance to dream. I've gained independence, security, fearlessness, and I travel. That was one of my dreams, was to travel around the world.
What's your favorite place you've been so far?
So far, I like them all for different reasons, but I'm obsessed with London. It's super chaotic.
I want to go to London so bad.
Paris was cool. Hawaii's all right. Really great place to jump out of a plane. I like a lot of the different states.
Yeah.
We have a lot of states here.
What's your favorite state?
Amazing. I like them all for different reasons, honestly. I like Portland for a different reason than I like Arizona.
We like Portland for a very different reason.
I like Florida a lot.
Yeah.
You like Portland? Yeah.
They serve coffee and bikinis in Portland.
Yeah, Portland's pretty fun.
They do that in Alaska, and my aunt and uncle fucking hate them.
Alaska?
Oh, yeah.
Alaska. I haven't been to Alaska, but
my aunt and uncle are very, very conservative, and they have a taekwondo school with a bunch of kids in it, and they opened up a bikini fucking coffee shop in their parking lot. And I was the first person they called, like, these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Don't shelter your kids.
Yeah.
Don't shelter your kids.
We weren't allowed to watch Harry Potter.
Oh my God.
Gosh. Yeah, I'm sorry. They're the problem, dog. I love you. If they watch, I love you guys, but you're the problem.
And it's true.
They've changed a lot. I fucking love the shit out of them now.
Yeah.
It's true what you said.
Yeah.
I wrote this down. All of the pain is how I'm helping others.
Yeah.
And I just want to say to somebody, like, if you're listening, if you're going to help a lot of people here, hold tight. There will be many, many things that will try and take your recovery from you. Stay plugged in. I am a fucking winner today. I am not alone anymore.
Fuck yeah, dude. That was so good. I hope you enjoyed yourself here. We'd love to have you back on.
A lot of fun. Anytime.
If you ever need anything, please reach out to her. Yeah, like I said, dude, you're an astronaut, you know? So, you know, to go from that low to this high is a beautiful thing. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
For real.
It's a privilege. I appreciate it. You guys are fun.
Be safe, all right?
I will.
Thanks, everybody.